Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, SaskTel, Saskatoon Auto Connection, Singler Real Estate, Coldwell Banker Signature, Boston Pizza Restaurants of Saskatchewan, SaskTel Max TV, Girl Sask, and Real Cast Media.
We return to Estevan, Saskatchewan for the site of the 2023 Viterra Scotties and SaskTel Tankard. It was 5 years ago when Estevan played host to the Tankard, and this time Affinity Place will be the site for both provincial championships over the next 2 weeks. Good evening, I'm Nolan Cole here at Affinity Place, the first of two provincial championships. Tonight, it's day one of the Viterra Scotties. Next week will be the men's SaskTel Tankard. Tonight we're focusing on the top 12 women's teams in Saskatchewan. The winner goes to the National Scotties next month in Kamloops, BC. Let's take a look at the field. It was just over 1 year ago. Penny Barker defeated Chelsea Carey in the final in Assiniboia, winning her second provincial championship as a skip, and will be trying to win back-to-back titles and her third championship in 7 years. Barker will lead the field as the top-ranked team as we look at this year's Scotties field. Ranked number 2 is Nancy Martin, followed by Skylar Ackerman and Amber Holland, rounding out the top 4, which have all advanced to one bracket in the A event draw and will get the bye in tonight's opening round. The 8 remaining teams will be playing tonight to kick off the 2023 version of the Viterra Scotties. And to set it all up, let's go to Sean Joyce, Kim Hodson, and Susan Lang.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Girl Sask and SaskTel Max live coverage from the Viterra Scotties. We're here in Estevan, Saskatchewan. Affinity Place will be here for the next 2 weeks. We've got the Viterra Scotties this week. We'll have the SaskTel Tankard in this same lovely facility next week. But let's talk about this event first. My name's Sean Joyce, Kim Hudson, Susan Lang with me. We've got an incredibly strong field here, but Penny Barker, defending champion. We've had a couple of defections from the province. She comes in as the number 1 seed, and realistically, it's her event to lose, but it's still not like she's coming in uncontested.
Oh, for sure. This is the most wonderful time of the year. And when you think of all the teams that are here, that's such a great field. We have Barker, as you've already said. We've got Amber Holland, another former Canadian champion. We've also got Nancy Martin, who has been lighting it up this year, coming in as our number 2 seed.
The other part that I really enjoy about our field this year that we're seeing at the Scotties is the emergence of some very youthful young teams that are really making their way through Saskatchewan curling, starting with Madison Kleider. But our number 3 seed, Skylar Ackerman, is just recently all out of juniors. But we also range all the way through to Sherry Anderson, one of the most accomplished teams in this country, with her 5 straight Canadian senior championships. So the experience in this field, blended together with the youth that we're seeing, really puts our Saskatchewan championship in a very great position.
Well, and with all the teams that you two have just mentioned, our feature matchup tonight, we're going to have Robin Silvernagle against Brooklyn Stevenson, and there's 2 more teams that have to factor in before, or could factor in before this event is all over.
Isn't that right? Robin Silvernagle, speaking of former champions, a bunch of individual champions. This is their first event as a team. Well, actually their second event as a team because they won the last chance, a spot there to get here. But yeah, more champions just added to the list.
Well, again, too, the teams that we're going to be seeing tonight on this game is everybody has their array of provincial championships that they've won, national championships that they have won or competed in. So the experience out there is going to be fun to watch because, as you said, with this greatest time of the year, the intensity, the adrenaline that gets going, it's all a matter of the experience that you can rely on to get through the greatest time of the year for playdowns.
2023 Viterra Scotties here from Estevan, Saskatchewan, about to get underway. Draw 1, we're going to have Stevenson against Silvernagle, and we'll have all the action for you right after this.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Lovely look there at the outside of the arena on this Wednesday evening. Draw 1 here from the Viterra Scotties 2023 Saskatchewan Women's Curling Championship. Draw 1 about to get underway, and that means it's time for us to meet the teams in this feature matchup.
Hi, I'm Skip Robin Silvernagle. Third is Kelly Schaefer. Second is Sherry Just. Lead is Cara Tevino, and we curl out of the Twin Rivers Curling Club in North Battleford. Hi, I'm Skip Brooklyn Stevenson. The third, Candace Chisholm. Second, Michelle Inglot, and lead, Nicole Bender, and our fifth, Sarah England. And we curl out of the Highland Curling Club in Regina.
So as in years past here, the provincial championships, the two teams have a practice session before the game starts and then draw to the button to determine who's got last rock in the opening end. It was the Stevenson team winning the draw to the button. They've got last rock, and the Silvernagle lead, Cara Tevino to get us underway.
Line's good. Really curling hard. (14-6).
We've talked about this in the past, and I've never actually talked to the skips about it, and I should, because they all know what they're going to play with the first shot, and we never know if they're calling the guard or calling for it in, but they swept like they wanted it in all the way. Comes to the back 8.
Comes to the back 8. Doesn't bother Brooklyn at all. She
We
says,
ever
let's
kicked
throw
that
the
bit.
corner.
Yeah,
Pitter
well,
patter.
It's one of those situations. Had it been top 4, she might have hit it. Calling instead for the corner guard here. And the sweeper's not touching this one.
Well, we do know it. After watching the practice and listening to the curlers, it is incredibly fast. The ice is quick.
Hoping for this to stop while it's still in the free guard zone, and that will just slip in for a bite.
15-7.
So Robin Silvernagle looking to make a hit on this, and while they settle into the hacks to make this attempt, we should talk about the keys to the game. The keys to the game for the Silvernagle team.
Whoa.
Well, the keys to the game for the Silvernagle team. We do know this is a team of individual
easy,
champions.
Sherry.
They have got championships galore, but all as individuals. This is a
Hard to the ground, hard.
second event as a team.
Whoa, that's
so that's the
9-9.
that's the keys. The team. We're going to see how they gel as a team and how they play as a team. We know they certainly know how to win, and they have all the shots, but can they come together?
And Susan, the keys for this Stevenson team.
Well, it's the first game, and to me it's ice reading, matching broom and weight. It's getting the ice figured out. I know that's very straightforward, but to me that's key, and it's getting this weight and where to get the finesse shots and get the broom down. The other is patience. It's 10 ends. Most of these teams have played 8 ends all season long in their Bonspiel circuit. It's just remembering it's a different game at 10 ends. The other, as we've been watching the rocks come down and talking about the speed of the ice, the other thing that we're hearing from the curlers is it's a beautiful slide surface. So that makes it seem even quicker than what you're timing the rocks at. So it's getting the adrenaline under control,
Okay.
getting to realize how lightly you kick out of the hack for shots
Spot,
like this.
sure.
So it's going to take a little bit of time for these curlers to match that up. First one that does it is probably going to come out victorious.
Well, on a great surface like this, and
Now
ice
you
that's
got
this
one.
quick, the other thing that's huge is sweeping.
Yes.
Sweeping can take it a long way and do a lot.
Means that if somebody does throw a light rock, sweepers are sweeping for a very long time to get it into that 4 foot.
Well, and that's the other thing, too. I mean, say Silvernagle, for example. This is only going to be their, 6th game as a team, and they're playing 10 ends. What about fitness?
That's just it. It's
Yeah.
they've all been playing here and there and mixed curling, some doubles curling, but
Just a 10.
that whole, as you say, the weekend fitness, the long-term event,
The 10 end
missing
games.
a little. Yeah, they're missing a little bit of that this year.
Ice there too. It curls like a madman, and
Hard curl, hard.
Yeah, the 10 end
Hard,
games,
hard,
2 or
hard.
3 games
Okay,
a day.
yeah, she just gotta bring that weight down.
Yeah, they would have loved to have been able to
slow
keep
kick.
that shooter in play,
little
biting the
nerves.
rings. Brooklyn again, ignoring the rock in the back of the 8.
is that more?
Well, here's a curler we're all familiar with. We've been watching curling since maybe the early 1980s.
Yep. Oh, I'm
She got 9.
going to look this up because I know we have this, but I'm wondering, well, we know that Michelle has won 7-time provincial Scotties, but then she also won over in a nearby province in 2017, I should say, in Manitoba. But I wonder how many appearances do you think she has made in Saskatchewan?
I would say
20?
take all the provincial championships we've had since about 1984 and subtract 2 and
I would-
do the math from there.
Yeah, I would say every one but the ones that she was over in Manitoba.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive record.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Clean. I love. Whoa, clean.
So
Yes,
Kelly
yes.
Schaefer with her attempt to
Hard.
hit and stick.
Hard.
She brought the weight down nicely and got that little biter that Brooklyn will not be able to
good.
ignore.
Good. 11. Yeah. I think if we know it's not heavy like that, just stay close. Like,
What is
stay
new
down.
is to see Michelle sweeping. Michelle's a long-time skip, back-end player.
With all the mixed doubles that Michelle does play, though, and she sweeps her rocks in mixed doubles. Well, there's a nice shot.
There we go.
That was Candace Chisholm, and we certainly recognized Candace when she used to skip teams back a few years ago, very successfully. Kelly Schaefer with an opportunity to establish the draw weight. It's nice to be able to do this with no pressure.
Yeah.
Gotta go line.
Good weight, Candace. 9-9.
Okay. It's okay.
Brooklyn wasting no time going around that center guard.
And
Just because I
wasting
said that.
no time to change your mind.
Curled early too.
I think there's someone whose hands signals, even though it's quiet out here.
Just
I
curl
find
like
it a little bit hard to hear.
Yeah, what we're
right
actually
away.
calling for weight.
Yeah, 'cause I thought she said 9.5 at first.
Oh,
So that's why I was like, whoa, and then I heard 11, and I was like, oh yes, then. So
And sticks around,
I can just draw here.
spoke a little early, but yes, sticks around for a nice corner. Running out of time, though, this end.
Yeah, it's kind of right in between because it could, if Robin doesn't make this draw, gives you the opportunity to tuck in and perhaps get a late deuce. On the other hand, that corner guard also leaves Robin the opportunity for the force if Brooklyn doesn't get a full shot on hers. So yeah, it's right in between there if that's a helpful rock or not.
Yeah, very. I'll probably halfway down there.
We've always enjoyed watching Robin in her quests here for provincial titles. When Robin gets her draw weight, it is just amazing. She has such wonderful touch out here that we figure that, you know, if Robin gets this team going, they're going to be one of the teams playing late into this weekend.
Yes, I agree.
Cal 14-6, 14-8.
Yeah, 14-8 there.
It's a little bit slower on this side. Here. It's a little frosty on that side. Yeah.
So good observations, keen observation.
Yeah. Should be close just because it's free on that side, but.
So again, this open hit, but does give Brooklyn the opportunity to possibly roll behind that corner guard that's up there. But most critically, she does need to keep this rock in place so that Robin doesn't have the chance to set up a force.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That stayed pretty. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a while. Okay.
Throw.
Just throw.
Yeah, put it in your butt. That round straight.
10.5. Hers didn't do.
Nice
Okay.
Nice weight.
So again, nice to get settled in with some open shots, first end.
Yeah, nice way to start championship.
Yep. Hard.
And again, it doesn't matter how many times you play these, that you've still got that, you know, the adrenaline, some butterflies. It's just nice to get those first couple of ends out of the way and get into the game.
First couple throws.
Like
Yeah.
9 out of 11. Yep. It's not going to No, not. And that was 11. Good to know.
So Brooklyn throwing the outturn here for the blank. Hoping to retain hammer into the second end.
Yeah. Clean. Yep. 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 Clean. 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 Clean.
With the last stone, Brooklyn Lemon makes the hit, rolls the shooter out of play. We will have a blank here in end number one, this opening draw from the 2023 Viterra Scotties. No score through one. It'll be Stevenson with last rock again in the second.
Hi, this is Dustin Keltoff with Saskatoon Auto Connection. When I'm not working hard on my curling delivery, I'm working hard on making Auto Connection the best auto service center possible. I started our service center in 2018 because it's hard to find an auto service shop you can trust. At Auto Connection, our core values are honesty, integrity, and transparency. We're happy to text you photos or videos of your car's problems to help you make better, more educated decisions. Saskatoon Auto Connection, the mechanics you can trust.
And he's always playing with the toys. The team was gonna play the brown team. Dance with my feet, not like running with my. Found this other person and like it was like painting is my thing and I like getting messy a lot.
Sharing quality time with kids is important. It's why Boston Pizza Foundation Future Prospects helps kids in communities across Canada have time with positive role models. Because every kid deserves a bright future.
No score here as we begin the second end. This opening draw, Estevan was asked to come into the house in the first end. Looks like they've called the center guard here. And this might be our first chance to talk about one of the other changes this year is that they will be using the no-tick rule. Well, it looks like they are trying to bring this one right in, but since I brought it up, it's a new rule, a new wrinkle that's being tried at the Worlds, and so they've brought it into play for provincial and national championship curling this year in Canada. If a rock stops in the free guard zone, touching the center line, and that rock is touching the center line, it can't be moved off the center line during that opening 5 rocks. The difference, I guess, between the no-tick and the free guard zone is if you tick a rock off, it's not mandatory that the non-evending team puts it back. It's their choice.
Well, the curlers that we all watch frequently on TV just got so good at that tick shot that in order to quote the World Curling Federation, to increase the suspense and a little bit more offense in the game, was that they removed that ability to take a rock off the center line until the 6th rock.
That's what? 10-5, okay.
What it also does is it makes sure that you've got seconds and thirds that can throw a lot of weight and remove a lot of granite around if necessary, because it certainly doesn't take long to get that center area clogged up. Now that double peel capability is crucial.
Yeah, not as aggressive, and it still came out.
Hard. Hard. Whoa. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa. Good.
One little bit of a difference here in this second end, and that the rock that came into the rings was the front of the house, so they hit it right away.
Yep. Yeah, and we've been exchanging hits ever since. So you're right, they didn't throw a corner or be more aggressive since it was in the front of the rings.
Well, we did hear Kelly Schaefer mention something about she thought it was a little bit heavier draw weight on the one side of the sheet than the other. So maybe they're taking this opportunity to just check out the full set of, or the full area of the house there, and just to test that theory out a little bit. You don't want to get caught second guessing yourself early in the game, but sometimes too, I think if you're that sheet that's closest to the stands, it will operate just a little bit differently in certain spots. So a veteran move from Kelly Schaefer.
Yes, Kelly Schaefer, the 3-time Olympian.
15-9.
Team Great Britain. She had quite the career with Eve Muirhead, and she's so humble about it. I mean, you have to ask Kelly directly. Oh, so have you curled much before? Oh, just a little.
Just goes fully. You like the hidden roll? 450.
Yeah, that kick feels wildly slow. Hey?
It even go here.
Yeah.
Well, we hope, just as Sherry just is setting up here, that Kelly's mother is able to watch the game tonight. There is a 6-hour time difference from where the mom lives, so she didn't know she's going to be able to stay up this late to watch Kelly's game. But if you are, hello in Scotland.
6 hours. That would be 2 in the morning. That is pretty late.
Okay. I'm just going to have to give her more ice. She's throwing them a little higher. Okay. Yeah. Like, I don't mind how she's throwing them. Okay. If you can. You get on that.
10-4.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be our tolerance too, right? So that's, that's good. I like the way.
Again, new team discussions, right? This is game 7.
Yep.
Yeah, just a little softer on the waist. Okay. A little harder kick.
Okay, I'm going to be confused for a while thinking this is last rock of an end, but no, it's not. It's second rock. So I've got to retrain myself here a little bit.
What are you guys talking?
It's like faster out here. That's really possible.
Like that's no sweep. They're just tippy-toeing down the ice there.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Don't mind top 4.
Okay. Yeah. That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, 16.5.
Picked up speed as it went out
I know,
further.
like, honestly, I'd say it might be faster out there.
Yeah.
I think that's what I saw in practice, too.
So looking to draw away from that corner guard.
Might come down a bit. Sorry, we're coming across center here too.
Because sometimes it's tempting to go behind a guard that's your opposition, but usually that just would feed right into Stevenson's strategy. You don't want to give them any backing or anything. So good move here by Robin to get that play away. And if Stevenson's team wants to get behind the corner, they're going to have to either ignore that rock or hit and roll behind the corner.
Not into that nice path yet either, so.
What kind of weight he's throwing?
10. I don't think that's a bad weight to keep in your pocket. I don't either, no. It's like, but then we're coming across on yours, right? So.
Good 10.
They might have liked that red rock a little bit deeper because this does give Candace a lot of the top house to roll to if she does get the roll, as compared to if Silvernagle's team had gone to the 4 foot and they do get the roll. Now they're behind the tee, which is a completely different situation.
11.
Got a decent amount of curl
This
there.
will cuddle more.
So again, this is what we mentioned at the top of the game, the ice rating matching the broom and the weight. So you can hear the discussions about what kind of hit weight they're throwing and then matching that to where that broom goes to get that precise roll or hit and stick.
Real hard.
And it is worth noting, too, that Kelly Schaefer here is left-handed. So a tiny bit different and something that Robin and the team will have to get used to.
That's fine. Yeah, 11's right.
Not able to make the roll into the rings on that one, and now with that yellow corner on the other side, perhaps a chance to use it.
Looks like it.
16.
Yeah, I like 16.
We've all been out there.
That's fast.
That's fast.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Please do. Usually another way.
Trying to dial it all the way back if we ever need
Well, and the tricky part on this fast ice is you still want to make sure you've got a really good rotation on your rock. And then you tend to give it just that little extra, and that looks like what had happened here on Candace's shot.
It's not a good sign when both sweepers, not only are they standing straight up, but Michelle was lagging about 7 or 8 feet behind.
Back at the benches.
It's where you're trying to pull on the tow rope to hope it slows down. Does come to rest in the back 12 foot, so still a rock that Robin has to deal with. I don't know whether she can see much of it.
It's not bad.
Really? So you can just almost play what I played.
Like from where I'm sitting, she can see all of it plus about 6 inches of air, but I don't think that counts.
I don't think you've got a very good line there.
I may not be, she can't really throw from my angle. I'm more over in the corner of the sheet.
But again, Kara, ready in the hack to check the line. Like, that's just a little bit of experience, or a lot of experience coming through. They didn't waste any time there finding out how open that rock is, because it surprised both Robin and Kelly how much they could be seen from the hack. Now, Kara and Robin have played a lot together so many years, so they've got a good relationship and rapport.
Just hack! Yep, right! Yep. Hard!
Robin Silvernagle with her first here in the second, and it would be nice to stay in the rings if she could. Now, really working. This is going to get by the corner guard, first of all.
Hard, you got it! Hard! There we go. Right to it. Right up.
By the front one.
Good sweeping.
Would have liked to roll open.
That's good. Good.
She actually rolls buried, but that'll just give another opportunity for Brooklyn Stevenson now to try to come down, sit in front of that rock.
Well, halfway down, I don't think they thought they were going to get past that guard, so great sweep to at least get contact and remove the rock.
I think the indication from Brooklyn when she was looking to come right down to it, I think she might want to stay up closer to the tee line, but leave it angled so that any kind of a hit would go onto that stone at the back. You come to the back, and Robin's just going to try to follow it down.
Exactly.
And force you that way.
Right.
Yeah, just buried. Buried's great.
Yeah, there we go. There's Michelle.
Yep.
Well, the nice thing about where that is, even half buried here, how does Robin get it out without risking the jam at the back?
Yep.
They were on this one right away.
Keep the weight. Yep, line, hard line. Hard line. Hard. Hard. Hard line. Hard. Gotta go, wait. Hard, guys, hard line,
Push, Michelle.
hard line.
Push, Michelle. Push. More.
Yeah, keep going.
You know, it looked like they were a little bit worried about the line early. Sweepers maybe felt she was out a bit. They switched to the offside sweep, which you see a lot of teams do now when they're looking for extra curl, and that one ended up into the guard. Now also just maybe a little bit light as well, might have made the difference. She does get in for shot rock though, and again, it's in a tricky spot. If Robin hits it where she has to hit it to roll in, there is some danger.
And there's Kelly checking out that potential danger.
Killed it early, I think. We needed you in.
It's hard to tell. If she hits it absolutely right on the beak, she might have paint. Even if she doesn't, there's not going to be a path to get to the back one to blanket.
Clean. 9-8. Weight's good. Whoa. No. Weight's good. No.
Makes the hit. We'll roll a couple of inches to the outside. Doesn't get into the rings, but again, you can't see that back stone really to go after the blank.
Good, Rob.
So it's a force.
You're so trained as a curler on a shot like that where you're thinking, oh, we have to sit two to get the force. Well, in this case, you didn't actually need to get into the rings.
Yeah.
Had she rolled right out, Brooklyn might be able to see enough of it to make a play for the blank, but she left her shooter in a good spot.
That'll be good.
The tent seems so fucking hot, hey?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
We were a little busy with pre-game stuff when they were doing the practice and the draw to the button, but of course the draw to the button would have been thrown this direction before the game. You have to assume this is probably the path that she took. And she won that draw to the button, so she's got her draw weight. Needs full 12 foot here with her final stone.
That's pretty good.
Sweepers like it.
Good. It's pretty close. Not moving.
Middle of the rock on the edge of the 8-foot.
Off and on sweeps, usually a good sign.
Yeah, just a heavy clean is all Michelle's doing right now.
Good job, girl.
Pretty standard across the board.
Brushes will bring that right into the full top 8. Brooklyn Stevenson with her final stone, second end, picks up a single point. We've got just that single point on the board here in this opening draw. The Stevenson team with a 1-0 lead. But when we come back, Robin Silvernagle will have last rock for the first time in this championship.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. With Sask Lotteries, everyone wins.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never-back-down, full-of-heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
Center guard here to begin this third end of play. And Robin Silvernagle going to look to come to the corner and this definitely one of those times where that no-tick zone came into play. It's one of those things where you have to be careful as these teams, in a lot of cases, what we did in the old rules is you play to come around that center guard. You maybe tight ice a little bit. If you rub the guard out of the way, no big deal. Well, it's a big deal if you do it now.
Yeah, it changes things. Nice corner guard.
So probably a few more feet.
They even have a special tool to measure that rock on the, if you think it's biting the line or if you don't know. If I was a carpenter, I'd be able to tell you what it is, but it looks like a T-square or something, and they come out and measure and put it on the line, and if it touches the rock, then it is stays on the center line. But
curl if you can.
it's nice when it's definitively on the center line and we don't have to fuss and muss deciding if it's in play or not.
I disagree. I want to see them bring that tool out.
Line's good.
At least once.
Yeah.
I bet we'll see it.
Good.
Nicely
Curled
done.
out a little bit the other side there. Nice to see that finish.
Yeah, lots of finish there. That had a ton of room by the guard, and you're right, Susan. Probably can see a sliver from the hacks. Maybe not as much for Kara as if it was Kelly. Kelly would be able to see a little bit more.
Yeah, from the other side, the left-handed.
It's all there. We need a bump. Whoa, no bump. Maybe coming down. Okay.
Looking to come down to it, you hear the sweepers saying they need a bump, so a little strong. They're waiting for the line. They need to get a piece of that rock, or they're going to go right by, perhaps out the back.
Hard, Kelly, get it in there.
And that is that offside sweep again that we talk about so much, trying to get that last extra bit of curl. Don't know that it was necessarily quite as strong as they thought. If they don't sweep that, I don't think they're bumping it very far.
Yeah, try to get the extra bit of curl, but you know what else happens is the rock doesn't slow down and goes a little farther.
Well,
right, they got that little extra bump out that is very dangerous now. It certainly puts the advantage back into the Stevenson team.
Waits there. Line only. Bumping a bit.
Talked a little bit already about Michelle having to get used to the sweeping throwing second shots. Throwing second stones, there's never any rocks in play compared to what they might have to throw a couple extra rocks out there just so she can feel more at home when she gets into the hacks.
Oh, it's just top four. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good.
Actually comes past the face of that redstone, sits top four for third shot. It is buried. Things starting to get a little congested in the 4-foot area, and this is the sixth rock of the end, so the 5-rock free guard zone is finished, and it's time to try to move some yellow stuff.
Yeah, quick count to 5.
Watch our corner. Clean, good. Yep. Good. 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 Oh, wrong side.
I think they were maybe trying to run it back and move some stuff in the house, but playing it on the safe side, hits it a little off the nose, just peels the center guard. Now Stevenson will look to replace it.
Good.
Are we going to do that update? Or did you update that spreadsheet? So what's the score showing right now on that?
So Michelle being asked to replace the
It's all
guard.
there. We're tight. Yeah.
Okay, curl up to it. Are we sure?
Just tight.
Okay, hold on. Are we in? We're in.
That'd be really tight.
Okay.
Well, and didn't curl quite enough either, so it's probably left angle to move at least 2, if not all 3 yellows.
And even roll behind the corner.
How greedy do you want to be? Can it roll behind the corner as well? Yeah.
Yeah, because you could nose, but I like the roll. Just slides for days.
That's just it. If you can put your rock there right where Robin signaled, it puts a different kind of pressure on Stevenson, whether she wants to keep guarding those 2 yellow rocks.
There might not be 2. Even if you dead jam the third one, which is a possibility, you kill 2 yellows and roll to the corner where you're sitting second and third. That one lonely yellow starts to become a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did talk about the possibility of hitting on it on the nose. That's what she does, and that wiggles all 3 yellows. Does look like the shooter's biting the top of the 12, and Shot Rock is now buried.
Yeah.
Belonging to Silvernagle.
9-5.
Does leave second and third, though.
Yeah.
But if I'm Robin, I'm happy seeing that rock off the button. It's, you know, she's got this end all opened up.
Nine, 5. 9. Bit big.
Candace Chisholm looking for the run back. Like to get both of these red ones going. A little careful when she hits it on this side.
Oh.
Some danger. I think they wanted to cross the face just a little. You hit it on that side, even if you make it, it's liable to come into your own yellow at the corner of the forefoot. A little unfortunate to go right through the hole, hand lever shooter, where it's still half under cover.
8-6. Oh, really? Yeah, it didn't seem like it really had to go. But no.
Okay.
We gotta, I know. We gotta call those better.
Looking for the roll here from Kelly, just because if you stay right there, it's going to leave a
It
double.
felt like 9-5 to me.
Kelly got just that nice roll to keep those rocks even and to avoid that double possibility. At least on this shot right now.
It's 10. Okay. Roll in. Well set.
This one.
Nolan Cole lurking around the building, but he's keeping an eye on everything for us, and we've got an update. Nolan, what have you got for us?
Yeah, Sean, we're keeping our eye on sheet 1. That's Sherry Anderson versus Madison Kleider. And so you got the elder statesman in Anderson, and Kleider's a very young team. So it looks like Anderson's lying 2 here in the second end. Kleider actually held Anderson to 1 in the first end with the hammer. And she's trying a bit of a double raise on those rocks at the top of the 8-foot.
I don't know if you're at a better angle than I am, Nolan, but well, she didn't get by the guard. I was just wondering how much she could see by the guard. Looks like maybe it wasn't enough.
Yeah, steal a 2 for Anderson there, Sean.
Thanks, Nolan.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. That's okay. Okay, that's fine.
In our feature with an exchange of hits, that red rock has now crept its way up high enough where there might be a chance for a double here. It's actually probably a little thin to make the double now.
Yeah, quite a thin double. Certainly there, though.
That was fun to have Nolan give us the update over there. Nolan, of course, here from Estevan, and amongst one of his responsibilities is the play-by-play voice for the Estevan Bruins, SJHL 2022 champions. So big hockey town here, but Nolan told us he's got a Manitoba background and thus he knows curling. So it's wonderful to have him on board.
With a Manitoba background, we'll just assume that he cringes every time he sees that heel on the ice too.
Yeah, we haven't asked him if he's a tuck deliverer or not.
This is close, needs to be thin. He's going to catch the second one. Caught the front end of it, not going to push it far enough to get it out of the rings, and her shooter, with all that spin it picks up off those 2 rocks, spins out into the 12-foot at the front.
Yeah,
it is still Silvernagle sitting 1.
Hair too thick there.
Now the shot rock is open now. There is a port between the 2 guards.
That's a huge roll at least. Did you get weight on that?
Yeah, 8-7.
Decision time for Silvernagle again. Do you try to come around the guard? The danger of going open side again like this is that you have to, again, worry about leaving angle for the double. Yes, it'll be a long ways between them, but Brooklyn can throw plenty of weight.
As Kelly's showing, they want to go back house to avoid that. But I tell you, when the ice is running 16 and it's that quick, it's hard to throw for back house.
Yeah, well, and even if you're, 3-4 inches too deep, still second shot, it might tempt Brooklyn Lemon to go through that port, and if she can roll behind cover.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
think it's that bad. Easy, look up. Run in, have a look. Back Kate, right here. All you. Look slots, look slots. Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's go, Claire. Go, Catter, go. Sorry, Rob. Okay.
Comes to rest shot rock, but I think the double's there. It's about half a rock.
It is for sure.
And again, she doesn't have to get the second one all the way out. If she moves it 2 feet, she's sitting 3.
Yeah, the sweepers were a little reluctant to go on that because you don't want to take it too deep, but she was starting to route out of rings there a little bit too, with that big curl, but another foot back would have been really nice for Robin's team.
Yeah, just playing the roll. Just the roll. Yeah.
So looking just for the roll, they can get under the center guard. If it
through an 8-7.
she hits a hair thin, she can roll into the side of that red stone and move it. And really that has to be that's the miss on this one. You can't hit it too thick and not get to the guard.
This is bigger. Yep. Hard.
They've called the brush on right away here.
Hard. Okay, good.
What were you saying, Sean?
Yeah, she changed the call from the first one. She still had to throw the big weight because she had to give herself a chance to roll that far. I think she might have, in hindsight, she might look at it and say, we should have played the double first, and then if we don't get all the way over there, we get the roll behind.
Yeah, the pro side miss.
You're playing that, if you didn't have a rock over there to roll into, if you had to hit and roll, and it's a 4-foot roll, with that amount of weight, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, it is, especially on ice that's running this fast too.
So Robin Silvernagle with her first chance here at last rock. An open hit with her final stone, needs to stay. Any bite of the 8-foot would do it. She's got maybe a couple of inches she could roll to the outside. You hear clean. She does hit just a bit on the center line side. Rolls her shooter into the 4-foot. Put 2 points on the board for Robin Silvernagle with her first chance at last rock. She'll take a 2-1 lead here after 3 ends of play. This is draw 1 from the Viterra Scotties here from Affinity Place in Estevan, Saskatchewan. It'll be Stevenson with last rock in the 4th.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? What's for dinner?
Tell them Boston Pizza's for dinner. From appies and salads to burgers, pasta and pizza, all delivered to your door. Boston Pizza. Gather round.
Well, a nice 2-ender there by the Silvernagle team to pop ahead 2-1. Just while they're setting up this end, I'd like to remind our listening fans here about the Estevan Curling Club 50-50 draw. We had a lot of fun with this last year, and it's open to Saskatchewan residents. So check it out at curlsask.ca for the link. It's right on the first page. You can't miss it. And right about now, the jackpot is sitting at $2,290, and the winner gets half. The 50-50 closes tonight at 9:30 p.m., so you have just a little bit of time to support the Estevan Curling Club youth programs.
Mine will be good.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference on my rocks. No, it did not. Okay. Height guard. Split center. Yep. You almost have to
I should say we had a lot of fun last year, 50-50, as we watched all our money go to the Assiniboia
I was
and
actually-
the Whitewood Club.
I was going to say, describe fun.
It hurt less that there were a couple of people that we actually knew that won draws, and I don't remember them opening a tab for us at the patch either time. You would have assumed.
You'd think it was the least they could do.
We announced it on the air that they won all that money. They should have.
Yeah. That's on center line.
Just tight, eh?
Slightly overcurled the stone at the back of the button, but can't touch it on the way by.
Freeze is good. Freeze
Be a
is
song.
good. It's a bit swingy.
Can't touch this.
And keeping it on the line is really important. Yeah.
Still like
You might get a
15-5,
freebie out of that. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you got double guards. Thanks. That would be nice.
Bit of an extension.
40.
Line will be okay. Gotta be to it.
Early
Line's pretty
sweep on
good.
this one was coming from that
Line's good.
offside, so maybe a little bit on the outside. Now starting to curl.
Line's good. Gotta
Room
go.
by that guard.
Push.
Just doesn't have the weight.
On it
go.
all the way, though. Part of it was weight. She will nibble the top of the 12-foot, and it has curled far enough that you can still get at shot rock of the back button. But for now, it's Silvernagle sitting one, back of the button. And there's a couple of rocks, at least protecting half of it.
I was sliding so slow. I should have told you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a chance to come around and
Choppy!
sit two behind a couple.
Top 12! Kevin! Kevin! Yeah, line! Hard! Just tight! Just tight! Hard! 2.5! Hard! 2.5! Sit.
A little short.
That's okay. Okay. We talked about tolerance. She came out.
And a quick, as you talked about, that over-the-shoulder count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Okay, let's start hitting rocks.
Yeah, it's looking a little messy.
Yeah. Oh, 100% is better. You weren't surprised. He does not surprise. I like the ride. Okay, here's his leg.
Oh yeah. Other way. Other way. Whoa, whoa.
I'm going down there.
Straight.
Plan B now. Don't think there was much of a plan B to catch a second rock, so it's just get the center guard off, and they do leave themselves another corner. Got a little bit of work to do before they're going to get a chance to use that.
Yeah, it does give the Silvernagle team a chance to play the same shot twice. Coming in again behind the staggered.
Yeah, good. That works.
You know, if that rock in the rings was a foot higher, she might throw this as a long center guard, but you're not as inclined to guard a rock that's in the back of the button as you might have been if it was on the front.
Tapping ours a little. Whoa. Don't roll it. Don't roll it. Whoa.
Not going to get by the front one.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm seeing red onto yellow,
Yellow
straight
onto red,
back
yeah.
into that shot stone. And even if you don't stick it, just to get things moved around off that button area,
How much of it are
this
you
is a
hitting?
pretty good opportunity
Yeah, to do
for
a
this
lot
team
of damage.
to get out of some trouble here.
It's okay. I like that weight though.
And we say out of trouble, but it's entirely possible just because of the way these are lined up. She could come out of this sitting really good. She could end up shot buried out of this.
Whoa! Whoa! Girl.
Close.
There we go, just as we called it.
Little freeze there.
Perfect. As you said, Michelle needed some rocks in play, and you gave her a few to play with, and boom, 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 boom.
Says, let
Shot
me show
rock
you
on
how
the
this
button.
is done.
Nice, Michelle.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very nice throw, Michelle. She really came out hard on the hack on that.
Don't mind the nose. Okay, 11. You had to hit it that thin, I think, to get it. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah.
Tough with how close those two stones stayed together to even try to blast this out. You'd certainly lose the shooter too. So they're going to go quieter weight, try to hit it right on the nose, and basically exchange situations here. The Yellowstone would still be shot rock, but it makes the red one very difficult to remove. Has to be right on the nose, though. She's going to roll off just a little bit.
It's always an interesting concept to try to teach where your rock on the back button is actually hurting you desperately, that you do need to do something with that. And sometimes that's difficult to grasp.
I was just thinking, probably should have guarded and not tried to come around again. 10.
Well, that little bit of a roll gives Candace Chisholm a chance to make a play on the red stone and try to roll to the corner, sit 2, spread the yellows out.
Yeah, try to get their deuce back.
This one's really curling. She's going to over curl, catches her own stone as well. Will remove it from the rings. Shooter rolls over behind those corners, though.
That's right. I think there's room to perhaps come in there. Not totally sure.
Well, you can throw it if you want.
Is there a skinny rock back there?
Yeah.
Is it late?
You're back 8.
10-6.
You had
Pretty close. Second man that went there too.
Yeah.
The wings are moving. Like we're shoot. Well, you weren't quite wing, but like as soon as any outs.
So it looks like they're lining up the angle
the
raise
tap.
on their own.
Yeah.
Just and not, you're right, not big weight either. They're trying to kill the one. Is that hack weight on there? Might be.
Hack! Hack! Yes! Whoa! Yes!
This is all about the line. They must be close. Makes the tap.
Go on that.
Right on the corner of it. Moves it enough. They are sitting shot rock.
Nicely done.
Good sweep. Good sweep. Great try. Good call. Good angle.
Yeah, that's all tremendous weight control. Throw that 2 feet lighter, 2 feet heavier, and you don't make that shot just the way you'd want it to.
Yeah, it's just, I don't mind around the other corner even. Could get shot there. I don't mind coming here. Okay. Like hack? Yeah.
So what's the best case scenario here?
Like we're just gonna set one.
Nolan Cole sneaking up on us again. We've got another update. We're on sheet 3. Nolan?
Yeah, Sean, first of all, to clarify, I am a flat-foot delivery, so just to answer your question there, but
well,
keeping our eye right next door, Ashley Howard with her dad, Russ, on the bench coaching. Good start for Howard. She's up 3-0. Jessica Mitchell has a draw facing 3 here. Trying to come through that port.
Yeah.
Ashley does look like, or pardon me, Jessica does have lots of room there. Super's brushing it in, and she catches back of the button.
Yep. Just back line. Hard. Just back line.
That might only be a single point for the Mitchell, but just so crucial in that situation not to let the game get right out of hand early. Nice shot by Jessica.
Okay, it's good.
That's all right.
And speaking of nice shots, making the port, a little tap. There was no way to make that tap through the port without tapping it onto the yellow, but they left a good angle on their own stone. It's the same problem now Robin faces. How do you pass that yellow by the red? And you might be able to, you'd have to curl just past it.
I think she could get to the nose or just off nose, across nose. So. Quieter weight here.
Yeah, because really the yellow rock is open behind the yellow corner. It's that red tight rock that's more of the difficulty.
She really needs to get past the nose here a little bit and get a bit of a flop in behind, because if she stays right there, there's a double on the reds.
Yep.
To the board! Close! To the board! Whoa. Board! Curl! Get to the board! Curl! Straight!
Sounds like she's got the port now. It's just a question of how much roll she's going to get. And
nicely done.
Great shot by Robin Silvernagle. Gets the rollover with the shooter, which is enough to take away any double opportunity. Brooklyn looking at coming down to that stone with probably, again, just heavy draw weight, chisel off of it. get in behind cover.
Yeah, that's good.
She could play the straight draw here, but I think
That's
what
what
she's
I was
looking at
thinking.
with this, if you chisel this, get in behind the guard, there's still a chance perhaps to bring that back stone in for 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's nice and quick. Yeah.
And it's not like they haven't, I mean, both teams have
Yeah,
been
they know
playing this
the
shot
ice.
for the last 3 or 4, so they
Yeah.
have a pretty good idea how the ice is going to run on this corner.
14-5. Yeah.
I think it was surprising how much Robin's curled. She had a little bit more weight than what they had thought and still got a really nice outcome with big curl there. So the spot's reacting very nicely to these finesse shots.
Solid. Whoa. Solid weight. Almost hack. Should I sweep for curl? For curl?
This needs to curl a lot yet. Made the port. She's going to touch that stone, but very thin. Doesn't move it far enough to sit second at the back, or pardon me, third at the back, I guess it would have been. And her shooter rolls past the guard out into the open.
Yeah. We just curl. Yeah. They were calling, so the guy hammered that the whole way. And we would have at least got that guy out for third or whatever.
What do you think, 11 with this?
But still, she's got Silvernagle having to make a play on this shot and not going on more offense here. So Brooklyn should still have a relatively open shot no matter what Robin does here.
Trust the gut.
Yeah. You don't want to kill it, though.
I know.
Right? To the board! Yeah! To the board! Hard! Oh! To the board! Yes! Board! Yep. Yep. Good. Yep. Go here. Good. Okay. Good. Well swept.
Makes the hit, stays pretty much right there. I think they were looking for a little bit of a roll just to perhaps not leave it in a spot where Brooklyn could use it for backing on her draw.
I didn't love my throw in hand. It looked fine, and you had the weight to kind of cover that off. Totally. That's all right, Brooke.
So Silvernagle in the third end taking advantage of her one opportunity with the hammer so far. She did pick up the deuce and the lead. Brooklyn Stevenson
You got it.
again here in the fourth end. Forced to attempt a shot for a single. Needs this to tie the game up. And facing 3 Silvernagle counters, she doesn't need to see hit a lot of the house, but big swing if she doesn't make this draw.
Line's good.
She did make the draw in the second end. It was the other turn. She's got to play the out turn in this attempt, and the Brushers not touching it.
Curl it.
No, they're calling for backing.
And now sweeping for backing, maybe feeling this is through if it doesn't hit something.
Good girl.
Doesn't look like it's quite as heavy as maybe they were worried about. Comes to rest right up against that Silvernagle stone, nudges it a few inches. It will be another single point here for Brooklyn Stevenson in the fourth end. They tie things up. Robin Silvernagle, with her return to Saskatchewan curling after really only a few months off, all tied up. She'll have last rock when we come back.
Today, online bullying is more common than ever, but there is help. SaskTel wants to solve this problem. It's why they created Be Kind Online. If you're a victim of online bullying or know someone who is, or even if you just want to stop it from happening to anyone, this is a place to learn what you can do. You can find lots of tools and tips to help you stand up to cyberbullying. Be Kind Online is a place to learn how to stay safe as well, to learn best practices and plans to stop cyberbullying before it even has a chance.
Hi, this is Dustin Keltoff with Saskatoon Auto Connection. When I'm not working hard on my curling delivery, I'm working hard on making Auto Connection the best auto service center possible. I started our service center in 2018 because it's hard to find an auto service shop you can trust. At Auto Connection, our core values are honesty, integrity, and transparency. We're happy to text you photos or videos of your car's problems to help you make better, more educated decisions. Saskatoon Auto Connection, the mechanics you can trust.
Brooklyn Stevenson picking up the single point. Fourth end has things all tied up here as we begin play in the fifth. Looking for the center guard here.
Yeah, all that we've done so far is exchanged hammer, and now we see that Silvernagle has last rock here in the fourth in a tie game.
Center guard thrown up in that no-tick zone as well.
Yes.
Sean Joyce, Kim Hudson, Susan Lang with you here, and Nolan Cole keeping an eye on the other sheets for us as well. Opening draw from the 2023 Viterra Scotties Provincial Curling Championship. We've had a really good game here in this feature so far. Two teams that could potentially factor into the playoff scenarios.
Absolutely.
I alluded to it a little bit. We haven't really talked about it in detail yet. I alluded to it a bit as we went into the break. Robin Silvernagle taking really only a few months off of curling. She'd stepped away after last season. And this team thrown together rather late. They only were thrown together a few weeks before the playdown deadline. The only event they played in was the last chance qualifier.
Yeah, and they lost their first game in that, and then I believe it was 5 straight wins to qualify out of the B. So this would be what, game 7 for this team.
Mine'll be good. Push.
So you're saying fatigue could be starting to be a factor?
Maybe by about end 8 or 9.
Hard.
But like we said, not necessarily a seasoned team, but a whole bunch of seasoned individuals.
Shoot.
Well, of course, we know Robin's resume playing here in the Scotties. Kara Teveno, part of those teams as well. So
that's right.
Plenty of experience that way. Kelly Schaefer, plenty of experience playing for Scotland. This is her first chance to play women's play in Canada. She's played mixed. In fact, was at the mixed provincials or mixed nationals just a few months ago, and had played. Ended up subbing in a WCT spiel. It was in Swift Current, which is her home club right now, and played in the final of that event, having subbed in for a team. So she's been playing some this winter, and of course, Sherry Just, an accomplished doubles player as well.
Are we supposed to just walk into that?
Yeah.
An accomplished double player with who? Who did she go to the nationals with?
I don't know if I remember.
Weight's good.
Yep. Good sweep, girls. That good. Hard neck. Hard. Roll.
But
just
I think
sticks around.
Sherry had been a little bit more focused on doubles this year as well. So when they were looking to put a team together, they found 4 good players who just weren't playing yet this year, and in 4-player play anyway. And had a good weekend in what has been Robin's home club. The qualifier played in North Battleford.
Sorry, Sherry, you threw that. That's fine. That's okay.
Makes the hit, rolls over to the back of the 8-foot at his shot rock right now, but that one's open. The second shot rock at the top of the 8, buried behind the 2 centers.
Okay. I think your weight was good. I thought it was good. Yep. She said good throw. I did throw her sweat.
But Michelle with the opportunity here to roll under this center guard accumulation.
Whoa!
Good bump.
Sweeping now for the girl.
Would have liked to have rolled underneath the guards. Rolls to the edge of the 12-foot instead. It is second shot, but open.
Robin working hard to keep play away from the middle and not giving the Stevenson team a chance to use that center guard, because there's still lots of room around in that 4-foot. But she's just quite happy to keep these red rocks separated. And
hard for a piece isn't what you want to hear, though. Makes contact. Shooter rolls out, though. Now that shot rock at the top of the 8-foot is buried.
But really interesting, even if that rock had stayed back there, if Brooklyn just wouldn't have ignored it anyway and come in, because it wouldn't have benefited her any to hit back there.
Well, you're not giving up 3 if you hit back there.
True.
It's tough to ignore a rock, an open stone, when you don't have last rock.
But that
this is her chance to perhaps shrink the scoring area at least.
Nice and straight.
Back house.
And back house isn't what they were looking for here. They wanted to stay in front of that red stone if they could.
We're back. We're way back.
Try to have it in a spot where they might have a chance to move that red stone later. Now can they bury it behind the red one for shot?
Behind the tee line, but shot rock.
Might have left a piece of it sticking out.
Where else you go here?
Robin looking at perhaps making a play on the guards.
If we
could freeze.
red open, it wouldn't be terrible, would it? Yeah.
I'm wondering, can you get to it with hack weight and roll away?
Heavy.
There's a good look at it from what you can see from the hacks.
Well, you just freeze to it, and if you ever catch ours, that's not terrible.
Not sure Robin's convinced just yet.
Yeah, well, I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm.
You hate to play a freeze. They freeze on top
right
of you,
on top.
and boy, you're in all kinds of trouble. I like throwing the weight to move it, and if you rub your own, well, that's not the end of the world.
That's okay.
She will kiss off her own stone, moves it up. It is shot rock now, and more importantly, now they can get to that back stone.
Kira was quick to say that's okay. I'm not sure it really is. Double and you're sitting all behind.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have minded seeing a bit more weight. You make that
Roll
same
farther
clip,
away.
you roll farther away.
Yeah.
And if you ever get by, make the shot.
That's
you know,
good too.
you're golden. You need to, but you needed to move that yellow stone. I
Yeah.
didn't love the freeze.
No. You like the other? No.
Well, and it's tricky if you wanted to remove shot rock only. It's a very tough shot because you've got to clear that back yellow one that's there. So this is really their only play, is to make the play on third shot.
Little trouble with the landing gear on the delivery there. Nice recovery. Maybe spoke too soon with the nice recovery because the brush was on right away by the long one, gets by the tight one, but right by the reds, kills her own and rolls out. And had they known they weren't going to catch a piece of the red, they might have been better off to let that clip the guard.
Yeah. Okay, so you were like back button. Okay.
Yeah, that was a pretty golden opportunity there.
Toppy! Mine's good.
Bridge soccer at least kind of gets us on this
Mine's
ice.
good. No. No. Full Toppy! Sherry's raw. Oh. Toppy!
I wasn't 100% sure what they were calling here, but they're talking top 8. I would have been tempted to play the split in off that rock. I don't think you want to leave it where it's sitting. You're just going to leave it a chance for a triple.
Not now.
Nose hit gets 2 for sure,
Close.
and I'm not sure it doesn't move the third one. I was sure they'd play the split. Basically the same shot she just threw.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Not sure you're going to catch the one on, well, it's close. Center line.
You might not. Nolan Cole is just sneaky. He's got another update for us over on sheet 2, and you got a lot of rocks to count, Nolan.
Wow.
Yeah, sure do, Sean. So this is Cindy Reach. She's ranked the only local team in the field. She's down 5-1. She's lying 1. She's trying a draw for 2 here through a narrow port. And Cindy's actually her third as a school teacher here in Estevan. So they're hoping to win tonight and play in front of some students tomorrow morning. They got some work to do here. That clipped the guard.
Good throw.
So just one.
Good, Brooke. Good.
All right.
That's
Great
good,
throw.
Brooke.
Good.
She's trying to hit and roll on
Back to our sheet.
That's good.
Yeah, that removed a lot of trouble there. But they had learned from Candace's shot. They knew exactly how that was going to go.
Yeah.
Because Brooklyn had to come down exactly where Candace had. So even though Candace had the miss, they learned something and were able to capitalize on their very next shot.
Well, hit until I too.
11 or what? Okay. Yeah, I like those. Yeah.
Could roll a hair in, but not much.
Got it. Weight's good! Yeah! Yeah! Hard!
Gotta go.
Hard to stick around, hard!
Go.
We saw the hit attempt here early really curl on them. That one, at least she gets a piece of the stone,
Yeah.
but rolls over onto the corner of her own and
Leaves a double.
a tough to miss double.
Yeah. Obviously looks like there's no lack of curl on the other side.
Well, it's a double, but the shooter's not going to roll underneath the guard. So whatever shot comes out here for Robin, it will be open.
All right. I know. Same weight?
Same throw. Listen, Chris.
I think we might have had the wrong clip just a minute ago. Nolan, have you got it for us now?
It looked like a familiar shot, but it was earlier in the night. So, again, Cindy reaches down 5-1 over on sheet 2. She's lying one on the forefoot. She's got to draw through a narrow port for 2 here, with Lorraine Schneider leading 5-1.
Out. Okay, Brooke. Good.
Looks like it's a little heavy there, Sean. So, looks like just one for Ricci. It's 5-2 heading into the break.
Okay, thanks, Nolan. I feel confident if you slid on your toe like you should, if we would have had the right clip all along.
Nice shot, Skipper.
Yeah. Maybe a hair more weight on that one than
Just a little more positive.
Well, on our feature sheet, the double made, but she actually loses the shooter. So it's an open house and a chance for Robin Silvernagle to simply throw the last one through the rings. We'll have a blank here in the 5th. That'll give Robin Silvernagle a chance to keep last rock into the break and have it again in the 6th. We're all tied up here. Draw number 1 from the Viterra Scotties at Affinity Place in Estevan, Saskatchewan. It's 2-all. Stevenson, Silvernagle. More to come after the break.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, SaskTel, Saskatoon Auto Connection, Singler Real Estate, Coldwell Banker Signature, Boston Pizza Restaurants of Saskatchewan, SaskTel Max TV, Curl Sask, and Real Cast Media.
Viterra believes in the power of connection, and that's exactly what they do for curling in Saskatchewan. Viterra has been a very generous sponsor for curling in Saskatchewan for many years, and we would like to thank them for their continued support. The Viterra youth programs and clinics have been a huge success, and Curl Sask would not be able to spread the love of curling with so many communities in Saskatchewan without their help. Viterra is fostering a love of curling in the future generation of champions, and Curl Sask could not be happier to have them on our team. Curl Sask is excited to present Viterra with the 2023 Legends of Curling Sponsor Award.
We know farming isn't an 8-to-5 business. That's why we want to give you the tools to do business anywhere, anytime. With My Viterra, you have a powerful tool at your fingertips to stay connected no matter where you are. Create online contracts, receive customized alerts, view your account information, and access grain prices in real time. Talk to your rep today and find out more about how you can harness the power of My Viterra, keeping you connected in real time. This is My Viterra.
SaskTel is all about connecting the people of Saskatchewan to the people and places they care about most. Curl Sask would like to take a moment to recognize SaskTel for their continued support of curling in Saskatchewan. SaskTel has played a huge role in Saskatchewan's curling history since 1995. They have been the title sponsor of the men's provincials for almost 20 years and have continuously supported locally within Saskatchewan's smaller communities. SaskTel is proud to be a part of Saskatchewan, and we are proud to have them be a part of Curl Sask. Curl Sask is thrilled to present SaskTel with the 2023 Legends of Curling Sponsor Award.
It's a beautiful blend of strategy, skill, and creativity. Curling. But it's our people that make us great. We're a mosaic of countless experiences. We communicate and collaborate. We value new ideas and different perspectives. We learn from our past and from our future. We may even disagree sometimes, but it's in our differences that we can see our strengths. The beauty of our sport is reflected in our people and our values. Regardless of your ethnicity or gender, your abilities, your stage in life, your beliefs, or who you love. The rocks and the ice don't discriminate, and as curlers, we won't either. We will be the change that we want to see in the world. Curling is a place for everyone.
Today, online bullying is more common than ever, but there is help. SaskTel wants to solve this problem. It's why they created Be Kind Online. If you're a victim of online bullying or know someone who is, or even if you just want to stop it from happening to anyone, this is a place to learn what you can do. You can find lots of tools and tips to help you stand up to cyberbullying. Be Kind Online is a place to learn how to stay safe as well, to learn best practices and plans to stop cyberbullying before it even has a chance.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel, because we're everywhere, keeping you connected to your family and friends, to your history and culture, to those traditions that make us who we are. SaskTel cares, always has, always will, because we're dedicated to our home.
All tied up as we begin the sixth end here. Silvernagle with last rock, and it's Stevenson asking for the center guard.
Mine'll be good.
Haven't had a lot of chance to look at this new rule yet. I've had the opportunity myself to play with it a couple of times. And it does change even the way you sweep these center guards now. It's critical to make sure you're actually biting the center line when it comes to rest. So you saw them there, even on a routine guard call, they had the offside sweep trying to make sure it curled. They wanted a piece of that center line when it came to rest.
Yeah, so Nicole Bender got the center line with that shot. She's found the center line quite a few times tonight.
Quite more room, guys. Got a curl. It's got a curl. Needs a curl. Take a look.
So just throw in the corner.
Yeah, they want to get it past that yellow so that they can use it.
It's not that far over to the corner. It's not on the paper.
I think they wanted it, and that's why you heard them talking about it's got a curl. They want it farther off. Right now, if you had to throw an out-turn draw to the button, that guard might be in your way.
Well, and so is the in-turn draw around the guard. You've got a pretty skinny port to navigate there too. So just 6 inches to a foot makes a big difference out there for a corner guard.
Yep, line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Top 12. Hard. Hard. Whoa.
Coming out the other side.
I have half. I think so.
They coming around and out the other side. Leaves them the roll behind the
Just through.
corner.
Hack. Hack. Okay. If anything, I'll give you extra ice. Just roll over here. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought we got by a lot.
We did. It's just
Exactly.
not quite enough weight, and it just kept curling.
Finishes.
Another shot where that no-tick zone comes into play, though. You can't tight ice this.
That's
You can roll too far, but if you over curl and touch the guard, which prior to the no-tick zone, that would be an acceptable miss. You tick that guard and open it up. This
That works.
There's two
by
better
taking
corners.
that little bit more generous ice, they actually click the outside one and get two better corner guards out of it. But I don't think they saw that as even a plan B, C, D. I don't know how far down the alphabet we'd have to get before we found that shot.
That worked out pretty.
Worked out for them.
I don't want to get close to that guard. Like, that's just detrimental. Yeah.
Right, Kara?
That is such a big word for a lead.
I was going to say for a commentator.
Top 8. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Top 4. Top 8. Just tight. No, we're in. But jeez, that came down, didn't it? It came down a lot. Sorry, Michelle. Good.
I was just going to say, it sounded like the weight fooled him on that. It was 4 foot to...
Oh, I top 8.
Well, yeah, it's in. and that was like 3 brush strokes apart. That's where it was. So
Yeah.
opening draw here, and it is possible at times that you see some flattening out, some fudging you'll hear called in the middle, but this is only the 6th end.
Yeah, it's a little early.
Wait, Michelle.
It was kind of aggressive, and then it just hung.
Yeah, she had a big pop.
No, me.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Weight was fine. Good play. I don't want to be anywhere close to that guard. At least you got something.
With those 2 rocks in the rings nicely lined up, an opportunity to play a guard a little bit higher.
It's good. 3.
You may not necessarily, if you're Stevenson, be thinking about trying to steal with those 2 rocks as high as they are, but you want to throw these guards, force the Silvernagle team to do a little work to clean things up.
Do I
And
need to go for curl?
I just wonder at the end, would you play a double tap? Or would you try to come around those 2?
That's good.
Yeah, either one. And the way ice is curling, well, with the exception of the corner guard, I'd be tempted to come right around.
They had to sweep to get a little bit of extra finish on that one, left them closer together and still left angle, so an opportunity to get at least 2 moving here. Sherry Just, she can hit this just right, might get all 3 of them at least moving. Might be able to get them all flying.
Hi, girl. Good shot.
Touches them all. The stone at the back. With that spin,
That's a
it picked
terrific
up
shot.
just out the back of the rings. It does stay in play. So now nothing in the rings. Shooter does stay as a, we used to call those a center guard, but the no-tick guard, if it doesn't touch center, you almost want to call it off center, but we're out of the no-tick zone now anyway.
I think, too, Sherry, just with all the mixed doubles that she plays, that fifth rock, you get that shot quite a bit where you're moving a lot of stones on one shot. She threw big weight there and really accurately and got a tremendous outcome.
There. Don't need to. Line. Hard line. Hard line. Weight's good. Hard, Michelle. Push. Push, push, push.
Gotta go hard to get by.
It's going to touch the guard now. Will it have enough weight to make the rings? No.
You're getting tricked with her rocks. Like they're curling a lot more, hey? Yeah. On this ice especially. Because we weren't even on that till halfway down.
Weight was perfect.
Yeah.
There's a replay of that run double of Sherry's. Really well played. And
it's only the second event for these teams, and I'm thinking as I watched that perhaps Robin Silvernagle not quite in mid-season form as she didn't get onto sweeping on that rock till it was to the back 8.
Well, you're right. It's those teeny little things that you have to sort of get the cobwebs dusted off of, and it could have cost them if that rock bites at the back.
It's only out by a few inches. It's still in play. Nice come around there, but another time where it's about 8 inches too deep.
Yep. It's a little bit too deep. Good opportunity now for the Stevenson team to put some real pressure on.
Well, we were just talking about it too. They probably weren't thinking of those 2 rocks at the top 12, top 8 as potential steel stones. You lock a freeze on here. This is a steel stone.
Back 8. Should I go for curl? Yeah. So tap.
Weight was close.
Yeah, the weight doesn't look like it was that far off.
Yeah.
Did not get the line they were looking for. Taps her own stone. It's its second shot, but her shooter rolled over to where it's kind of taken away that outturn side.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those from a great opportunity to now on to the other team having the great opportunity.
Nolan Cole with another update for us.
Yeah, Sean, back to sheet 3. And there you see the draw from Ashley Howard's rink. Facing 3, outturn draw with the red rock there, and the weight's good into the 4-foot. So Howard, who led 3-0, it was 3-all. Howard gets a single there to go back up 4-3.
We haven't had a chance to see all the lineups here yet. That was, and I hadn't talked to Ashley before the event. I wasn't aware that Carrie-Anne McTaggart was throwing the final stone for that team.
Whatever you're feeling. Tap.
Tap, yeah.
Well, here on our sheet, the Silvernagle team came up a little bit short there as well. So trading opportunities here.
Hair more, but
yeah. I think it didn't just run nice like your first one.
I know.
Did, so all good.
What,
I like that better than heavy.
Yeah, you like the tap, right?
Yeah. This isn't an easy hole to maneuver.
Yep, like the tap.
We got options here.
Similar line as Candace's hair for their outlet.
Yeah. It's maybe a little bit heavier for her if she doesn't go like 14.5 for the top.
Yeah, I like that.
So that last stone from the Silvernagle team kind of, they feel blocking their draw path, and there's a good look at it. So they're feeling the tap, perhaps a little easier on the outturn side than the in-turn port.
Well, as Michelle said, a little bit more leeway here with the tap.
Weight's all there.
Well, she asked for 14.5, which makes me think the ice really has not toughened up. She just has to throw 3 feet more than normal draw.
Weight's all
In
there.
order to get shot rock, you have to tap it right to the top of the button.
Sit.
It edges off just a little bit, but it is shot rock belonging to Stevenson.
Oh, yes, it is. Sorry, I doubted you there, Sean.
Well, but
early in the year.
That little rub out, can Robin get to it? It is behind cover. The stone that she tapped with her shooter is in front of it, But with the amount of finish we've got there, and she only needs to move it, you know, if you could get to 3/4 of that, move it 2 inches, would you be sitting 2? Heavy draw.
I don't know. Don't know this ice well enough to know if you can actually overcurl that.
First draw for us too. We haven't really seen a lot of rocks come down. It looks like Robin's thinking it's not there. They were looking at it.
It's not a bad shout.
We did see a lot curling that way. It's almost.
I don't hate it, hey? 3/4 is a bit high, hey? I mean, mine like a 10. Yep.
So looking at the guards, red onto red, straight back.
Yeah. Is the yellow behind? Because if anything, hopefully we're jamming on the side.
Try to just clip the edge of that yellow.
Yeah, this is probably just going to go here. And then this is here, she's right.
Might be throwing this actually with a little more weight.
Yeah. Because that's risky. I think this is good because either way we'll have a shot. So a 10, probably
3/4?
half even, just over half.
Half is just going.
Oh, sorry.
Half I think is going way past.
Step it in, it might come into that red guy and then spin back in too, right? Yep.
Well, I think this is good play by Robin. These red rocks are not helping you. It's sort of back to old school curling. When you've got the hammer, keep that center line area clear. And she can get a good outcome out of this, as well as helping clear up the front. She can move some rocks around here on the forefoot.
Yeah, not impossible to be sitting 2 after this, and the second of these 2 redstones, the one she's running back into the house, there's the possibility it could be buried as well, whether it be shot or second. Clips the yellow, but very thin. A bit of a miss on the sweep call there. Leaves the red stone at the back, and I think it might be third. Second shot rock is buried. Shot rock is buried.
I think everything's buried.
Yeah, that was a tremendous outcome. I mean, she's got shot rock. Brooklyn doesn't have an awful lot to work with here.
Yeah, the way we've seen these rocks curl, if she makes that port between the long red and the tighter red, going away from the button, I'm not sure she can catch enough of the rings to get shot rock. She might overcurl shot rock and be in second shot position already.
Yeah, we can't get through the hole the other way.
If she doesn't make the port, does Robin Silvernagle have room to play the out-turn port between the yellows, get to that second shot stone for 3?
So back-to-back great shots here from our skips.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 14-9.
Boy, they just missed the sweep call on that. If they catch it a hair earlier.
Well, it's a tough weight to sweep judge with because it was a quieter weight as compared to throwing a big weight hit that's just not going to move at all. So it was a tough line call.
With that thought in mind, she knew that if she hit it just a little bit off, she could make contact with her own stone at the back, and she kept it in play. So you're trying to get so many things out of one shot, and it's tougher to do that with the extra weight.
Hard curl. You got it, Michelle. Hard curl. Go.
Looking for the curl here. They got to get by the tighter red one. Now they actually probably like it to stop curling.
Well,
had they made the forefoot, I don't think they have shot rock.
No. Short on the weight. How do you get 2 out of this now, though?
She might have to play the port and come to the back when that's what Kelly's looking at. But boy, there's some risk there. If you ever rub the stone in the 12-foot, you come onto the one that was just thrown and push it in for shot rock. Playing the angle tap on her own into the 4-foot area, it's a little bit less risk.
So angle tap. I didn't mind the other one either. If you know the ice, I do know that what you're saying though about the risk.
Really risky though because of that port. If you click the outside yellow at all, you're coming onto the one that was just thrown, and it's a different story if it's for 3. That's what we were talking about before the shot. If she had a chance to play that port for 3, I think she's playing it all day. But when you're only playing it for 2 and there's a chance you could give up one, it's a shot on the other side. They've been on this for line all the way down. She's got to stay on a bit of an angle. If she's straight back, it won't be shot rock. She's actually over curled the nose.
White was nice.
Probably a little strong as she's put it to the back 12, but missed it on the side where she couldn't hurt herself. Gets the single point that she already had sitting at the back of the 8. After 6 ends of play here in this opening draw, Robin Silvernagle with a 3-2 lead over Brooklyn Stevenson. It'll be the Stevenson team with last rock. We come back for the 7th.
This is Dustin Keltoff with Saskatoon Auto Connection. When I'm not working hard on my curling delivery, I'm working hard on making Auto Connection the best auto service center possible. Saskatoon Auto Connection, the mechanics you can trust.
Sean Joyce with Kim Hudson, Susan Lang, and Nolan Cole keeping an eye on things for us. On the other 3 sheets, our feature game into the 7th end now.
That was an exciting 6th end. There were just some beautiful shots. Great finesse, nice touch, super raises.
They also make these center line, touching the center line, look pretty easy.
No extension.
Okay, 19.
But I do think it has affected the way these teams play the next shot, as you see here. A lot of line.
Oh.
and nobody's close to that rock, and it's just probably as much psychological as anything else. Is that the skip wants to take that little bit more ice to make sure you rub, and the thrower throwing it a little bit more positive to make sure you don't rub, and right through the back.
I'll suggest from the look on Nicole's face that that was an overthrow versus maybe finding some new ice at the, because it's a wider path. That I think she just overthrew that one.
Well, we saw that once or twice earlier in the game, though, too. That's really easy to do when you try to throw positive on your, and it might have been Nicole on that one, too, and she talked about a good add, the extension. Yeah. She's trying to throw it positive, and not only are you throwing a little extra rotation when you do that, but in a lot of cases, maybe a little bit more weight than you intended to.
Yep.
Karatevano with a stone brought around to the top of the 8-foot. It is shot rock mostly behind cover, but probably a piece exposed, and Nicole is going to try to come down, sit on the face of this.
These are pretty difficult shots when you have to chase around the guard like that because you've got so little room to work with. If you bounce off just an inch, you've set up a great opportunity for your opposition, but you can't leave this one too short. The line here is everything.
Hard!
Carrier is just going to slide at the end. I see that at the end. Okay.
I was wondering why someone must have broomed it, I think.
Must have been. I didn't see it happen. Didn't hear it either, but that rock coming off, so must have been a burnt stone.
Yeah. Burn it?
It's good. Not sure why.
That's very unfortunate because as much as it wasn't shot rock, it still wasn't a bad spot. It was an okay spot to use.
I was just wondering why they quit sweeping because it was coming into such a good spot.
Well, that's one thing about the sport of curling. When you self-declare your infractions and penalties and remove it yourself, that it's a credit to the players out on the ice.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Was it burnt? Is that what happened?
Left that one a little bit higher than they would have liked. I didn't see the indication from Brooklyn here. You trying to run back straight? Like, that's awfully tight broom to play the double peel.
I would have let her just leave there, but
You could hit a little thinner than half.
Get both
Clip
the
the
top
second one,
ones.
get the both, and
Yeah.
it might actually even come back into the rings.
Yeah, where it spins.
Art, you got it. Art, you got it. Watch the other. Yeah, it's real.
Needed it a little thinner.
So another chance for Sherry Just to play the guard. Won't want them side by side this time. The indication was to come a little tighter. It doesn't matter how you play this one because the first one's not dead lined up to the rock in the ring. So you're going to leave some kind of an angle to try to move 2 or 3 here. Try to spread these rocks out as much as you can and make it tough.
Sorry, Rob.
Boy, that overcurled to the point where she might have a chance to make a direct play on a shot if she wanted to.
We're never out
I mentioned earlier that Nolan Colt has been lurking around the building, and
the lurker.
He has not missed any of these opportunities to get some airtime. Nolan, you've got a lot of rocks in play again.
Yeah, Sean, keeping our eye over on sheet 1. Intriguing game with the wily veteran Sherry Anderson. She's getting all she can handle right now from this young upstart Madison Kleider rink. Looked like Kleider had a chance to score multiple points this end. She's down 5-4. She has an angle raised to the button to try to score 2 here and take the lead over Sherry Anderson.
Good, Michelle, that's good. Just as quick, Sherry, up here.
It's been a lot of rocks in play all game here, Sean. And that just clipped the rock in the top of the 8-foot, so it's just 1 for Madison Kleider. They're all tied up at 5 after 6.
Another close game here in this opening draw. Thanks, Nolan.
Well, and talk about close. We only have 12 minutes, 11 minutes now left in our 50-50 draw for the first draw here at the beautiful Affinity Center. So any of you folks here in Saskatchewan, if you want to support the Estevan Curling Club and have a chance of winning right now, you would split $2,730. So chop chop, let's press that button on Curl Sask and have a chance to win some money.
Now let's play it. Which one? In the house. Okay. Like here?
I think the call there was for the guard. It slid into the top of the rings. It is, again, both rocks partially covered by the Yellowstone out front.
Yeah. Well, one of them might stay, but
Yeah, okay.
So I want to choose more.
Yeah.
Candace Chisholm can probably see enough to make the double. I don't think she can make the double and hold her shooter. And boy, if she hits the first one too thick, it'll be hard to get it out of the rings. Too thick doesn't look like the problem. They're sweeping for curl here. She's going to get a piece. She nudges it. Picks up a lot of spin off that thin contact, enough to get it out of the rings. And does look like it stayed in play at the edge.
It's a couple of times now that outturn hit has been a little outside for Candace. So I don't know if they've got the broom lined up or if she's just coming out a little bit outside, but that's twice, if not 3 times, she's been on that broom side miss.
Just tight this time.
Kelly Schaefer again looking to protect that stone, top of the 8-foot, the shot rock.
Just past that one. Coming down. We're just same as this.
Yep.
Sorry, just different throws.
Yeah.
Just different throws.
Yeah.
It's okay. Good throw. Nice weight.
Looking at running,
either one.
either running it or the double peel.
Can we play it and bump the other one in? Okay. I think that full again.
Yeah.
So what do we
Boy,
find
it
out?
looked like she was eyeing up the run back
Yeah.
on the yellow, which is probably what the Silvernagle team was a little worried about. They wanted to actually tuck that red under the yellow a little bit so they couldn't run it back, and it just got caught a little bit. Again, nothing out of the sweep here.
Yeah.
Girl up.
It's close. Nicely done.
Tight. Sorry. Sorry.
Enough action off that red stone when it comes off the yellow to spin all the way through the back, and just hangs on
Something
to
to
the end
trip
line.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd have to jam on that about 5 times to be in the rings. We don't
Come
have any
into
rocks
play.
left, so shouldn't be a factor that way.
Speed's nice for your throw. Yeah, 4 feet. Eh?
Well, great recovery by Candace after that first throw to get the double peel, lose her shooter.
Robin Silvernagle again with that shot rock sitting top of the 8 foot. No guard for it at all right now. She's going to try to throw one perfect guard.
On the logo. We're going to have to curl it. On the logo. We're going to have to curl it. No, line's good.
It's got a lot of rotation on this rock. It's not going to curl as much as some of the other ones.
Just shy of the logo. Whoa. No.
And does stay right in front of that stone.
Just a touch. It's good.
You know, for a team that hasn't had a lot of chance to play together, hasn't had a chance to see each other throw, that was a very calm sweep call on that one. It would be real easy to oversweep that one. And
Yeah, good point.
if it overcurls,
This way across it.
Brooklyn Lemon's got it here. Brooklyn, I was going to do it eventually. Brooklyn Stevenson has a chance to make a play directly at shot rock. Right now, she's got to run a red stone back. That makes the degree of difficulty a little harder. You could be real close to making this shot and still leave Robin Silvernagle sitting one.
You like splitting the house. All right, you got it. You can tap too.
And even if you do make this run back, Robin's going to have something to come around and still generate the force.
Hard.
Nice, right?
Really hard. Really hard. Hold it. You're holding it. You're holding it. Come on. Hard. Roll, Michelle. Roll.
Makes the hit, does catch the stone at the top of the 8 foot, removes both reds, and her shooter does stay. Still nibbling a piece of that center line, so a rock for Robin Silvernagle to try to come around, and at the very
even
least
better.
she could get the force, and there's still
Yeah.
a chance she could steal this end.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, this rock's touching center line. She can make this one even better. Right around top button.
Make sure it's buried, basically.
So close to the same line she just threw, too.
Uh-huh.
Just a little more weight.
All these amazing shots we've been seeing, one of the things that we like to keep our eye out for here is the Boston Pizza Player of the Game. There will be a player we announce in the 9th end as to whom we think has had a tremendous contribution out here. But I haven't really eliminated anybody yet. Kim, what about you?
Yeah.
Like, if you got I keep going, well, maybe could be this person.
You were
And then
hoping-
the next one
It's
has
been changing end after end.
Oh, I know. So
Well, Robin didn't make her case any stronger there.
Yeah.
Chance to perhaps get a steal or at least set up the force, and slides through the back.
Yeah, easy blank. Now,
but
The
just
only
back.
thing that might come into play out of that is now there is a chance for somebody to trip over that rock you were talking about, Kim, earlier, because they're going to throw towards it.
But just while Brooklyn is setting up, Cindy Ricci, one of our curlers out here, owner of a couple Boston Pizzas here in the province, last year started this recognition of an outstanding curler, and they do contribute a $50 gift certificate every game here every TV game here for the curlers out here for both Scotties and the Tankard. And the curlers loved it. It was really well accepted last year, and they're looking forward to again this year.
A lot to be decided here. Who wins the game? Who wins the Boston Pizza gift certificate? And who moves on in the A event? We'll have the last 3 or perhaps 4 ends for you right after this.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. With Sask Lotteries, everyone wins.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Robin Silvernagle with the 1-point lead here as we begin playing the 8th end, and the lead stone coming into the guard area just as the camera comes up, and I'm again not sure of the call. They're trying so hard to sweep that to the center line, they actually bit the rings with it. I think they were playing the tight center.
I think so.
Still with Stevenson trailing by 1 here. She's going to ignore that stone and throw the corner guard.
Yeah.
I thought she might hit it. In a nose hit, you're still in the free guard zone, and you might have been in the no-tick zone.
Yeah, I like the guard. Okay.
So nice placement of that guard by Nicole Bender.
Asking Kara to throw the guard now. Maybe again.
What'd you get on that split? What'd you get on that split?
I didn't get it.
No.
What is it, like 70?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, good. Good sleep.
Nice. All right.
Gets the free guard zone, gets the no-tick zone, and actually protects that stone that there you see it just nibbling the top of the 12-foot, but it is fully buried.
Lots of good things. Playing to come around the corner here.
Yeah, hard to do much with those 2 stones on the center line right now, so may as well try to use that corner guard.
Hard then. Hard then. Line's good. Hard. Line's good. Hard as far as you can.
Going hard for weight here.
They went right out of Nicole's hand on that one. That was a long, hard sweep, but still they've got the 2 corner guards. But
yeah, and you will see a lot of teams nowadays on the 5-rock free guard zone play their 2 corners on the same side like that, the same as you've seen them do it on the center for years. So, you know, that's not a bad setup. It's probably not even a setup that they're unfamiliar with. It's probably something they've played a few times. It wasn't necessarily an attempt here, but it's a good result for them and leaves their rocks in a position they're probably quite comfortable with. Sherry just looking to come around the 2 on center, and this is going to slide to the back 12-foot.
Okay, 14-3. Nice there with a good throw. Yeah, and just out that little bit farther.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, nobody missing by much here in this 8th end, but nobody has quite found the draw weight here. We've had a couple come up short of the intended target, and now one extremely deep.
14-3, yeah. Just when you throw it nice out there, then
You like this? Yeah. We're going to call time?
Yeah, time out.
Time?
Yeah, I was liking the roll the other way. Your corners on this side are already good. Why would you risk rolling into one of them? So they're going to call timeout.
I loved your
straight peel. They're coming here. We're still chasing. Yeah, but can we get one positioned? Can we get one positioned over here first?
This is high enough, hey? It's nice if you can get there.
This is only your first. Yeah. Okay. I like the peel for Archie.
Fifth player on this team, Sarah England, actually played with Michelle for the last couple of years.
Last 3 years, yes.
It's pretty much straight.
I don't mind this if you ever and then come like.
Okay. Yep.
Like
Yep.
you still have this corner.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I think Michelle was just going, who's going to that 4 foot first? And not, because that is her instinct too, that's her go-to absolute best shot of her many great shots that she has. But again, it's maybe a little early to get in there. A lot of danger if you're leaving those 2 red centers up there.
Yeah, it's not like you have both ways in, so I think you got to move the guard. If she does come around the tight one, she's left you a double or perhaps even a triple, so I would have been worried about losing my corner guard like that, though. I thought they would play it the other way. Like, why risk killing your corner? So for the Silvernagle team, this is a case of, well, if we had a guard up there and they peeled it, they must not like it, so let's put one back.
Yeah, pretty simple game.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. Again, as we said, if she comes around that stone that's really already biting the 12-foot, hard not to leave a chance at a double. And it
or
could be a triple.
Shooter behind a corner guard.
Possibly, yeah.
Or how many do you keep throwing before they do actually come in, though?
Yeah, well, that's always a consideration. We've talked about timing more than once in past years, the timing of when you come in. Who's going to blink first? Once again, manages to touch that yellow corner guard without
hurting yourself.
Changed her 2 corner guard setup, but she's still got a 2 corner guard setup.
Yeah.
And that might play into why Robin Silvernagle not wanting to come around, because again, as you said, Susan, you come around, you might leave her the chance to hit and roll in behind those corner guards after making a double. So you can't really come in here and give her that chance. If you're Robin Silvernagle here, are you content to play this guard, let Stevenson come in first, you freeze on top of her and try to force the single that way? And you're kind of forced that way because those corner guards are dangerous and you can't let her have that hit and roll. And I'll tell you right now what Brooklyn is thinking is, it goes down to the timing. It's, I don't want to go in till the next shot, but if we peel one more guard, can we trust her to throw one more guard?
Well, that's exactly what you've been saying, and timing. And who makes what move first?
Yeah, and this goes back to pre-free guard zone.
Oh, yeah.
You'd like to go in on your third's final stone.
Third's last, yeah.
Of course, the opposition knows that.
Yeah.
So if you just straight peel this guard, which they've done again, and now they've messed up their 2 corner guard setup. Does Robin throw another guard? Well, no. She knows if she throws one more guard, you're going around.
Coming in.
So she's coming in now.
We're going to end up getting forced here.
The cat and mouse that goes into the strategy is just, it's fascinating to watch. And in many cases, it's very predictable. It's, what both teams are thinking, but who's going to blink first?
Yeah. Sometimes it's very predictable, but it's always very different. That's what makes the game so fascinating.
You still have to make it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's I always find it fascinating to see, okay, who's going to blink first?
Yeah.
You know exactly when the other team wants to go. Well, this was
Usually
not what they had in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, that's taking funny stuff. Well, the double feels easier now, but...
You know what I'm thinking, though, here is, Kim, you look like you're surprised by this call, but they left those two reds so close together that if you did come around them, the double run back is so easy.
Well, and I think they can get a lot moving here. The double, and you're probably going to catch the back one depending on how they do this too. I don't know, but anyway.
We're getting late in the end, though. You could still very easily get forced here. It took an uncharacteristic miss by Robin Silvernagle last in for Brooklyn Stevenson to have a chance for the blank. And it's kind of shaping up like that's what it would take here. Over the top doesn't catch the second stone at all, so the same opportunity now for Robin Silvernagle to try to come around that stone, just nibbling the top of the 12-foot.
Come in there. Yeah, and she's in the 12-foot, so like 15-2 here is pretty good. I do think it'll still curl. I do too. I think like it'll run like her first. It just ran nice, and then it come. Yeah. Like a 15-2. 15?
15-2 still pretty fast, but I do remember hearing 16s earlier in the game.
I was wondering if it's starting to slow down just a little bit in the sliding path or towards coming into the middle. I don't know.
Line's good. No. Yeah, that was first. Yep. Line's good. Weight's really good. Gotta go. Yep. Room.
A lot of room by that stone at the top of the 12-foot yet. Doesn't necessarily need to be dead buried.
Go. Hard, Kara. Good. Atta girls.
That was done well.
Does get about half under cover.
Yeah. 15-3.
Forces Brooklyn to try the double, perhaps triple.
Even maybe you can catch that. Yep.
While they're setting up, this is probably the fewest rocks Nolan has had to describe for us in an update tonight.
Yeah, maybe there, Sean. Right next door, though, close game between the Howard Rink and Jessica Mitchell. The Howard Rink has a draw for 2 to the 4-foot here to try to take a 6-4 lead. And the sweepers really got to go on this one. Trying to get it to the 4-foot. Looks like it's a little bit light, Sean, so it's just the one for Howard. They'll lead 5-4 now.
That was a missed opportunity there for the Howard team. Oh, leaves another nice close game here in this opening draw.
Yeah, it looked to me like she had a bit of a wall to come to there as well. Carry over on the Howard sheet. Anyway, back over to our sheet here. They're throwing the center guard, going to replace it.
Yeah, I like it. Just, yeah, that's right. Line them up, eh? Yeah. Line's important. Yeah. Better.
How greedy are you here? Do you want to bite 12?
Yeah, makes... Probably not really.
It's like we keep getting tricked on Candace's rocks. They're into one thing.
Top 12! Top 12! Line's good, give it a chance!
I would say line's more important than top 12, but top 12 would be good too.
Boy, you sure don't want to be in the 8-foot, though. That makes the decision easier for her.
Yeah.
Top 12, a double would still give up a steal.
Stay close. We've got lots. Tapping a touch.
Yeah.
And now you want to be dead lined up so that at least if she's going to try the double, she's got to roll away.
Okay.
That's an interesting way to throw a guard, but I think it worked.
I think it did too. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna call that a tight guard.
But it worked.
Yeah. You'll come back this way and put the three because they're lined up a little bit in this way. So I think if you hit that one on that side, it'll drag the three this way. Yeah.
I know what they're looking at because there's going to be a little bit of a drag, but boy, I'd be scared you'd go right by it and it would be a steal. They're going to play. It looks like what they're lining up is to play the double on the top two. Now you're going to hit the first one thin, which is going to get a bit of a drag on the second one.
Draws doesn't mean you're not giving up, but
even if you could.
Boy, I think it could get a lot of drag on the second one. I'm not sure it catches the one at the back of the 12. It looks like it should, right? Because they're lined up, but Those two are almost touching. It's going to drag a lot.
Yeah, they're looking at coming down this way. This rock over this way is going to drag over top of this one.
I just don't know how far.
They're going to throw a yellow one, of course. But
come on, I used the telestrator. Give me a little credit.
to be fair, this is probably not any harder than like
hitting the other one right on the nose.
Yeah, she's got to hit it on the nose to give up one. So
yeah, you hit it anywhere on the high side, you're gonna probably get rid of two.
Try to draw. She's maybe got the out turn to what she can see of the button to score one, and that's real tough too.
Yeah, no, this is fine.
The thicker she hits the first one, the less drag she'll get. I wonder if can she hit 3/4 and get the top one all the way out?
We're close.
I'm gonna see.
Nope, and it dragged by the back one and didn't get the top one out. It's a steal of two here for Robin Silvernagle. Shot they were looking for just wasn't there. Great, actually, as it turned out, tight guard for Robin Silvernagle, freezing to her own stone with the last one. Put those stones in a position where Brooklyn Stevenson couldn't do anything with them. And for the first time in this game, somebody's jumping out to a multiple point lead. It is Robin Silvernagle leading 5-2 as we go into the 9th.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel, because we're everywhere, keeping you connected to your family and friends, to your history and culture, to those traditions that make us who we are. SaskTel cares, always has, always will, because we're dedicated to our home.
Nothing is permanent. To everything, turn, turn, turn. Why not pour yourself a smooth Saskatchewan-made Original 16 for a refreshing reminder? Don't sweat the small stuff. Embrace it.
That was the only time we were trying to double.
Well, a little bit of a rough ending to that 8th end for the Stevens team. We can hear them a little bit still discussing what their options could have been, but she didn't have much to look at. Her choice was probably to hit on the nose and just give up one, or try the out-turn draw to what she could see of the button.
Right.
And she had to be at least full forefoot to hold
or
the
you're
one.
giving up two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of good options. I didn't mind what she was calling, to be more than honest.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, other than it just wasn't there. She was never hitting the back one.
No.
So if you're giving up one anyway, play
Yeah.
the nose hit. And that way you make sure you're
It wasn't
not
an easy
going out.
nose hit it. You couldn't miss it by an inch on either side, or you're giving up one too.
You were always giving up one. That's what I'm saying.
I meant,
if you're
that's not
giving
what I
up
meant.
one, just play the nose hit and stay for second shot.
Yeah, that's a great pass. Okay, top four.
Needed that one to stay in the free guard zone. It slides tight, but does stay outside of the rings. Karatevano slid a little deep on her first one. It's in the back forefoot. With the 3-point lead, they're not looking for guards, but they don't really want it behind the tee line very bad either.
Got a curl. Top four line.
45 split was what I got. I thought we'd be.
Yep, go. Yep.
Yeah,
Nice top four.
it.
Yep. Hard.
Those darn wings, hey?
Yeah, they do. They speed up.
Good Kara. 15-8.
Well, they said where it speeds up, but where we've been noting is we haven't had a lot of play out there that wide in the wings, and how quick it was in the first two ends. So, you know, you're still countered. Sometimes you think it's heavier out by the boards, but not here. It hasn't been played as much, and as a result, it is very fast out there.
There I am on the camera.
Well, they ended up with the double corners on the same side last end. They weren't really playing them. The second guard attempt ended up just short of the rings, but here's a good indication when they have the chance to split the house with the second corner, they did play them to the same side. So again, it's a setup that they're very familiar with. It looks like it's something that they're very comfortable playing. Now the battle becomes, it comes down to the timing and the cat and the mouse. So what do you do with those rocks in the middle so that you can hopefully still get a chance to use those corner guards this end? Robin Silvernagle going to put a third one now into the center area.
Well, already in the Stevenson favor is that rock in the back forefoot. You know, she's got more to build on now than she did in the previous end.
Just above the logo. 16. Okay.
Boy, and that one might have overcurled enough to give them a chance to make a play on those two in the rings.
Gonna ignore it for now.
That works. I think we need to play here.
I don't think Michelle's going to let her do that.
No, I think you've got to play a tap back.
Yeah.
You've got to get that rock off the top forefoot, but not out of play. You need to build up a little bit of a barrier back there.
Well, and this is the sixth rock, so this is the one where you can move that broom a little tighter. If you clip that guard out of the way, it's not the end of the world, especially if you can bring your shooter into the rings. They might not be able to throw another guard.
Good. Back 8.
So back 8 sounds like really nice weight for this shot. They can get the line. They can move that rock back a couple of feet.
But they were sweeping for curl and sweeping for curl early, and it is something that the Stevenson team in particular has done a lot, and it's not just Michelle. It's been a few different players on the in-turn side. They seem to be over-icing the in-turn just a little bit. And it's not one direction or the other. They've done it both home and away. So their in-turns maybe not curling quite as much as they expected, or maybe a little positive on the releases.
So not a perfect shot from Michelle there, but mission accomplished, at least removing that rock from the top forefoot, getting it to the back forefoot. So it certainly improved the situation.
Okay, that's fine.
Sherry just with the hit, but sits right there. So there is that bit of a pocket with a stagger. Back of the forefoot. Chance for Stevenson to come in and at least sit shot for right now, although she's not working with a lot of rings to try to score 2.
Yeah, the house is getting very small.
I'm surprised, and they didn't even look at it. Like, there is an out-turn port. She could have doubled those 2 off the back of the forefoot and rolled behind the corner.
T-line.
And opened up a lot more rings in so doing.
Yeah, we're back. Back 8.
2 sweepers standing all the way up, not usually a good sign.
This one's starting to catch a bit more of a curl.
Little strong, does get close enough to the nose of that stone to stay right there after it nudges it back. Now a chance for the Silvernagle team to come sit on top of that stone. Even if they're 2 feet short of it, don't get shot rock. How does Brooklyn Stevenson get 2 here?
Back 4. Oh, room. Honestly. Back 8.
I don't think she's happy with the way she threw that.
Back 8.
Tara, go. Got to try to chip off her own. Go, go, go.
Yeah. Back 12.
This is plan B. This is way out there and heavy. Touches her own stone, but really fairly thick, and only rolls over a couple of inches.
Oh, and she knew as soon as she let go that it wasn't going to be what she had wanted.
Well, now we've got a little bit more of a opportunity here for the Stevenson team.
Wait's okay. T. Room. T. Lots of room. T. Got a curl.
Yeah, there it goes. You know, if you've got that nice weight, you can see where it catches the curl.
We're bumping.
They're just further in too, and then they're getting the curl. Good.
Nudges it back a little bit, but does sit 2.
Want to run it? You can still get nose and be second. Eh?
Yep.
You sure can. Just like that.
I guess then the most they can get is 2.
Freeze it right on there. She's right. The most they can get is 2, and they got a little work to do it because you'd be second shot here.
Yeah.
I know what Robin's thinking. That rock at the back of the 4-foot, the yellow stone, if you play this freeze, that stone at the back of the 4 is never leaving. But it probably takes 2 to get rid of this one at the top of the button that you're about to put in, and we're running low on stones here to do that. This has got a lot of curling to do, and it looks like it could use some brakes as well. Starting to curl. Really does not want to rub this, doesn't need to tap. A little strong again.
Second shot, but vulnerable.
Yeah, you can hit that. Even if you make contact with either of the 2 yellow stones behind it, they're not going anywhere.
It's a pretty nice opportunity here.
Yeah, no, much more. We can sweep it. Especially because players first thing is behind you. I know.
Yep. All of a sudden, 3's in play.
It sure is.
They were run a little bit more. This much less ice.
And again, Michelle's input there talking about, you just referred to how they seem to be over-icing those in-turns, and here they are saying we need a little less ice in this spot.
Wait's good. Back 4.
To bring the 3 into play, really, she has to get to the inside here. Even if she's dead on the nose, though, she's probably pretty solid for her deuce right now. This has got a lot of curling to do, though. She sure doesn't want to hit it on the outside. Yeah, that's what she did. Hit it on the outside, left the red one, shot rock in the button area, and there's a bit of a pocket there. If Robin Silvernagle freezes into the pocket, there aren't enough rocks left in the end to get it out of there.
Yeah.
Unless you got one rock with a stick of dynamite in it, that's maybe your only hope.
But then, do we leave them a double if we do that? I think if we nestle one in
it's getting like used more and more and more. We don't know.
Yeah. No.
If we chisel off, that's even better. Yeah.
And all they've got is that yellow. I mean, I don't like having an extra yellow in here.
Oh, time out.
Yeah.
Time out. Time out.
Well, they were talking about throwing it top 8, but I kind of like Robin's instinct of right on top.
I think that's the call, really.
Yeah.
I think nestle one in here, or do you have to hit this to make sure that that rock doesn't come?
No, I think we'll just jam one in here.
All she's got is this angle here.
You know, this is one as you come in, even if you nudge your own red stone that's already sitting there and move it back about 3-4 inches just to make sure that the pocket is even and there's no way to spin it out.
Right.
It won't matter if you're only sitting one as long as it's in a pocket. How do you ever get it out?
That's right, especially when there's only 2 rocks left to come.
You could very easily see a situation where they're looking at this, well, we don't want to move the one that's already there, it's shot. But you could move it 4 inches, even if it's only second shot, your shooter. How do you ever get that rock out?
No, I agree with you. And the thing is, I think what's making them a tiny bit nervous is there's a few yellows laying around there.
Yeah, so probably there, hey? I think so. Because they really run. Yeah, and then it's a late cut. And we're better off to be short, right? Like here, than heavy.
I think that's max.
So I think ideally they're trying to go right there.
Well, you gave me
they can actually
this and I threw
tap it, not, I don't know if it would come quite at that angle.
You're wide.
Just
you
a bit.
Just to the inside.
So that it would be in the middle of the 2. But
yeah, like I got a 15 on Kelly.
Yeah, they got to be a little careful. They're talking about they're okay short, but they're only okay short if the line's good. If you're dead in line, like really, if you put it dead in line to that stone, even biting the top of the 4-foot, you could double the 2 reds and leave yellow sitting 4.
Yeah.
The line is more important here. You've got to get to the inside of that.
Yeah. Not where I threw it when I was drawing it.
No. You had too much ice.
Well, I set it a bit too.
Just a pinch less.
Top 4, team!
Right out of her hand, Robin calling more. I don't know whether she felt like she was wide or maybe a little strong.
Whoa! Whoa! Team! Whoa! Back button! Whoa! Gotta go!
line looks pretty good. This is curling. It's not holding like some of the lines that we've seen coming in. She's going to be by her own. Comes down, kisses that red Yellowstone and sits 2. Boy, that's a really nice position.
Good judge.
I feel like it takes Stevenson 2 stones just to move that off the button, and she's not going to get it out of the forefoot.
Yeah, no, that was a great shot there by Robin.
Yeah.
Well, those were the shots Robin made when she was winning her provincial championships. We said at the top of the show, Robin gets her draw weight going. She's just an outstanding touch curler, and that's just a prime example.
So Brooklyn looking at coming thin off this red stone, bring her shooter into the one that was just thrown. It will contact the back yellow one, but coming from that angle, you might spin it across. I don't think you're moving both reds on the button on this shot. But she has to move the one that Robin just threw, because right now she needs 2 rocks to move it. She might be able to at least get it off the button area. I don't know whether she can get it all the way out of the forefoot. She won't be light on this. Needs to be real thin on the first contact, though, and they're sweeping for curl already. Yeah, needed to be a little bit thinner. She caught too much of the front end of that stone.
Guard? Yeah. Line 2 or 1?
That doubles there, hey?
2.
Off the outside of it.
She's got this, but yeah, I almost think same because
that's pretty
that's double. That's what I see.
She can, but I think that's still coming onto that. She could get 3 out of it.
This is good.
Yeah, and if we
Similar?
stop,
Yeah.
I feel like if you throw the same thing.
Yeah.
I understand if I'm short, then that's okay.
Okay.
Should we go down and look at it?
The kiss off is probably there.
Yeah, I think it is.
I would hate to have a guard over curl. I don't mind being in there. I think being in there is fine.
One more look as it's coming in. She needed to be just a little bit thinner on that so that she could have come directly into that red stone. Again, I don't know that she could have got it all the way out of the forefoot, but as long as she had moved it, she'd have been better off. Robin Silvernagle now looking to get in. If she just protects it, she could come right down, sit on the face of it again. Boy, I don't know what Brooklyn Stevenson's even going to have to look at here.
Line's a little room. More room. Like to go. Go then. Just top 8. Yep, you can go. Curl. Line's good. Yep. Curl. Cut out. Straight. Yep. Little tap. Straight. No, cut out. Little tap. Yep. Straight. Little tap. Cut out. I don't know. Okay. Girl. That's nice shot. Nice shot.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. I don't see a whole lot here.
I can get the outside of that one. Yeah, no, I wanted to go. Yeah, that's why I liked it. That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't really matter where you go here.
Desperation territory here.
Well, I don't know how you can not leave 2 red no matter what you do here.
Thanks. But it might come off here and push them up.
Good sweep.
It might come back too. I don't know.
There's nothing over here, hey? Like running that.
I think 1, 2.
Yeah, sure. Timeout!
I'm going to call her timeout. I'm honestly not sure.
Timeout!
I'm not sure you throw this rock.
I really don't.
If you play it, like I don't see anything where you're going to score, and if you play it to try to blast those ones, there's a shot where you could double the 2 yellows and give up about 6 or 7.
Punch it. Yeah, you're right. Well, I wondered. Or the 2.
It just comes back to here all day.
I don't see anything, because anything where you try to blast, if it touches the 2 yellow stones at the back of the forefoot, they both go around reds. You could actually give up. What's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
True. Other than the fact that it's the 9th end and it doesn't matter whether it's 2, 3, or 4. I mean, you could run something, maybe get rid of 1, but you're still going to give them 2. It's going to be a handshake no matter I cannot see anything.
The only thing she might have, and I don't know how you do it, and she'd have to just absolutely throw a bullet here, and that's what they're looking at. If you can come down, hit this very, very thick, come across into the pocket,
then
this red catches the back end of that one, moves it, and it's not going to move it very far, and your shooter's actually going to kick that one out the front. In theory, it might be there. Can she throw it that hard? And I'll tell you what, if it's there, that's too much ice. I think if it's there at all, and that's debatable, the weight you'd have to throw, this is too much ice. It's all you got, though. You're already down 3. You need to make something happen here, or this could be the end of this opening round matchup. Looking for a little bit extra curl, needs to catch it fairly thick. It's going to come and catch the back end of it. Does move 2 of them.
You're like, no.
It looks like it's going to be a steal of just a single, I believe.
That's a great shot.
It's a good job we froze that last one. I think it's 1 for definite.
We just gave up 1.
Have a look. Good shot. This one isn't in the equation.
Shot, Brooke.
Yeah. 1 red. Yeah. Yep. One red. 1 red.
So it will be a steal of 1. Robin Silvernagle stolen the last 2 ends, picked up 2 and 8, picks up a single here in 9. She has a 6-2 lead. Brooklyn Stevenson will have her work cut out for her when she comes back in the 10th, but she will have last rock, needing 4 to perhaps get into an extra end.
Hi, this is Dustin Keltoff with Saskatoon Auto Connection. When I'm not working hard on my curling delivery, I'm working hard on making Auto Connection the best auto service center possible. I started our service center in 2018 because it's hard to find an auto service shop you can trust. At Auto Connection, our core values are honesty, integrity, and transparency. We're happy to text you photos or videos of your car's problems to help you make better, more educated decisions. Saskatoon Auto Connection, the mechanics you can trust.
We know farming isn't an 8-to-5 business. That's why we want to give you the tools to do business anywhere, anytime. With My Viterra, you have a powerful tool at your fingertips to stay connected no matter where you are. Create online contracts, receive customized alerts, view your account information, and access grain prices in real time. Talk to your rep today and find out more about how you can harness the power of My Viterra, keeping you connected in real time. This is My Viterra.
End underway here. First stone brought into the top of the 8-foot by Estevan. Full Bender looking to throw the corner guard. I feel confident in predicting that she'll be throwing a second corner guard.
I'm still sitting here really liking that last shot of Brooklyn's. I'm thinking, that's a great shot. Sometimes when there's not a lot else, it makes those a little easier, but man, nice shot.
Yeah, just because of
and a lot of weight.
What it did with the scoreboard, they probably still don't feel like that. Now, holding them to 1 in that situation really wasn't.
No, I know.
While Kara is throwing this rock through the rings, we would like to announce that tonight we feel that Michelle Englot has well earned her Boston Player certificate for this game. Michelle has had some tremendous shots, but Kim and I really liked a lot of the input that she's had out there with rock line and encouragement for the skip and some of her suggestions. That congratulations, Michelle Englot, $50 to Boston Pizza this evening.
And Michelle, if you want to just let us know what time we should meet you over there for drinks and pizza, we'll be happy to join you.
Well, actually, let's be clear. It was Kim and Susan that picked Michelle. So if Michelle wants to just buy Kim and Susan
happy
a
to
drink.
join her.
Again, sometimes in a losing cause, you might overlook an outstanding performance, but Michelle was right on tonight.
And the hard luck there continues for the Stevenson team, needing that second corner guard. I mean, you need to score 4 here just to get to an extra end, and your second corner guard, I think it might have picked a little bit, but it ends up hogged regardless, and it's in the back corner already. So you're trying to score 4 points now with your last 6 rocks, and you've only got 1 guard to work with. It's not going to be an easy task.
And I liked it. It's just like, it's more, a little bit more.
Yeah, when there's other stuff in there, it just starts messing with your head.
So Michelle Englot now looking to throw the corner guard on the other side.
Oh, some good sweeping.
I guess the one thing, if you want to hold some hope here for the Stevenson team, it's the opening draw. Nobody's really played these corner guard peels yet, and you don't exactly know where to put the broom to play them. You know, you could very easily nose hit one or nothing out of the brushers yet. Is she going to get a piece here? Not a big piece, but it's enough.
Well, again, it's always good to go 10 ends. You want to know if the ice is any different in the 10th end for your next game. Like, you're always still trying to pick up a little piece of intelligence here to go forward on your next game.
It's an interesting point of view. My senior team went and played in the last chance qualifier, and our biggest goal was to not have to play 10 ends. One way or the other, we just didn't feel that was probably in our best interest. Yeah. If we played 10 ends in the first game, we might not have made the next 3.
I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that perhaps the fitness level of some of the athletes we're seeing out here might just be a touch different than Sean, your seniors team.
Some of them, sure.
But
there's one of them out there that's older than my senior team.
But again, very important. You still always look to pick up something to get ready for your next game. And there's that fantastic shot that Brooklyn made to only give up 1 when it was looking pretty bleak.
I thought Kelly Schaefer's comment, though, might have been the best. It's
Wasn't
good
it?
thing we played the freeze on the last one. And it helps that she's got the nice accent, too.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Silvernagle team just has to make rocks go away. They don't want to stick around. Rolls right to the corner, out of play.
We're going around? What? Where do you want
Brooklyn
it?
Stevenson,
Yeah,
by contrast, would like as many rocks in play as she can get, and she's already at the point where she has to be coming into the rings now. She's got 4 left, needs to count them all just to get the tie. She's only got the 1 guard to work with.
Can you line up 4 behind that one?
Well, the question is, even if you could line up 4 behind it, how many times does the opposition hit just off the nose to miss the run back and still leave the guard there? Well, that's all you could do with the first one.
For sure.
Put it as far back as you can, so you got room to get 3 more in front of it.
Got to hope for a pick or a miss.
Might have overcurled at the end, though. Looks like they think they've got room to get at it on the outturn side, or the outside of it. And I guess even if you clip the guard here, peel the guard, now what have you got left?
Okay, you're good. Not a girl.
By the guard. Makes contact with the stone in the rings, and as that one goes away, the gloves come off. Brooklyn Stevenson runs out of rocks here in this opening draw, and Robin Silvernagle will pick up the victory here in the opening game. It goes into the books as a 6-2 win for the Silvernagle team. Strong start for this Silvernagle team. They really didn't have too many miscues at all. And even the Stevens team, they'll move on to play in the B event, and as Susan was saying, they had some shots that they can draw on, but perhaps just not a sharp effort from the team as a whole tonight. And
they did trade opportunities, you know, and when they go back and look at this game, the Stevensons, they had their chances in the middle parts of the game. lots of positive things. Just like you said, you know, they can come out tomorrow knowing that they did learn a fair bit and they had their chances.
Certainly the Silvernagle team, a strong opening game. They really controlled the flow of this game early in the game. Got forces in 2 and 4, got their own deuce in the 3, and that's the swing, right? You need 3 ends to swing that last rock advantage over in a perfect world, and they did everything they needed to do.
They didn't win the shot for hammer, but in the 3 ends quickly following, they got the hammer back and then took control.
Well, and speaking of winners, if your ticket number TA2-110178, you are the winner of $1,545 this evening. Thank you from the Estevan Curling Club, all you folks in Saskatchewan that have supported our very first evening of 50-50 draws.
So Robin Silvernagle with the win will move on in the A event. She will play against one of the young teams here, Ackerman, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. All of the teams that didn't play tonight will be on the ice against the 4 winners from tonight's draw at 9 a.m. And we will have all the action for you here on CurlSask TV. The evening draws will be available on SaskTel Max as well. And Nolan Cole is with Robin Silvernagle at ice level. Nolan?
I thought we played pretty well considering we haven't played much this season or practiced a lot together as a team. So it feels like we're, you know, getting a little better from the last time we played, and hopefully we can just keep building from today.
How key were the steals? Seemed like they really turned the game around for you.
Oh yeah, steals always help, especially when you don't get your 2 points, you know, when you're trying to get them. So the steals really help.
How comfortable would you say you and your team are with the ice here on day 1?
Yeah, we really like the ice. I feel like we got a really good handle of it, good control of our hit weights and our draw weights. So yeah, it's really great.
How nice is it to play in this facility here in Estevan?
Oh, it's amazing. Love it. Love playing in front of the crowds. Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
And just lastly, Robin, maybe some keys for tomorrow to try to keep the winning streak going.
Yeah, I think we'll just try to keep our weight control, you know, in check and have good draw weight and keep putting the pressure on.
Thanks, Robin. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
I don't know if the roads are crap.
Thanks, Nolan. Just 1 game left on the ice here tonight, and they are in the 10th end. So we're going to turn our attention real quickly right over to sheet 4 on Skip Rocks. Trying to get a look at the house. We've got Sherry Anderson leading by 2 coming home, and it looks like it's Claytor sitting 1 at the top of the 4-foot. I just need a few bodies to move to see if that's the only rocks that are in play. There we can see now. So Claytor sitting 1. Anderson with last rock. So Claytor needing to steal 2 here.
Does have the opportunity here, though, to...
She can sit 2.
Right.
But that stone that's at the top of the 4-foot right now is at least mostly open.
Well, I assume they're talking about doing the Christmas tree thing, and Sherry will pick one of the 2.
Yeah.
So third, Chantel Hogue holding the broom here for Madison. This has been a feisty game. There have been rocks every end. Clyder team got down early in this game, but fought back with a 3-ender there in the 3rd end and have made it a real battle.
She's going to have to look at the Christmas tree here, but it's not like she's got a lot of room to make this Christmas tree because she's still got to be biting the 4-foot. She needs second shot. Final stone, 10th end, Madison Clyder trailing by 2. Needs to steal 2, has to get this stone into second shot position. I think they've gone plan B here. Get by the top one. She was a little strong out of her hand, so taps the one at the back. Sherry will make a play on the stone at the top 4-foot. The saving thing there, I guess, for Madison is for Sherry to play the back one, which is probably the more open stone. There's the risk of jamming it and rolling it out. So She's going to make a play on the top one, just needs to pick it out.
Our angle isn't the best, but it does look like it's more than half open.
Yeah, I don't know that she could see it all. If she could see it all, it would be one of those cases where, well, if you hit it in the nose and jam it, well, my shooter's staying, then I'm not too worried. It's, yeah, more than half for sure. So Sherry Anderson with her final stone. And perhaps the final stone of this opening draw here from the 2023 Viterra Scotties. The brusher's on it early. She does have to get by the guard.
Yelling hard.
By the front one, catches it, drives it by the two at the back, and even had she jammed, her shooter stayed in the 8-foot. It will be a steal of one for Madison Kleider, but that's not enough. Sherry Anderson will pick up the win here in the opening draw on that game on sheet 1. She's the 8-7 winner there. And that wraps up all of the action here from Wednesday night, draw 1, the 2023 Viterra Scotties Provincial Women's Curling Championship. We'll quickly recap all of the action for you. You just saw the end of the game between Anderson and Kleider. Sherry Anderson picks up the 8-7 win on sheet 1. We had a number of updates for you. A good game, exciting game, a lot of rocks in play on sheet 2, and it was Lorraine Schneider with a series of steals in the middle of the game, picking up the 8-4 win over Cindy Ricci. And if anything, more rocks in play and a few more updates on sheet 2, and it was the Ashley Howard team picking up the win there. And in our feature game, Robin Silvernagle picking up the victory over Brooklyn Stevenson. So the 4 winners here tonight will all be on the ice tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We will have that action for you on the Curl Sask YouTube channel. You can view it from the live stream link on the curlsask.ca website. There will be a draw at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and at 7:30 tomorrow night, we'll be back here on Curl Sask TV and SaskTel Max.